Shit, what you thinking, what you thinking?
What's on your mind?
Shit, what you thinking, what you thinking?
Hey, what's on your mind?
Shit, what you thinking, what you thinking?
Tell me, what's on your mind?
Shit, what you thinking, what you thinking?
Hey, what's on your
Oh,
mind?
say what you thinking, what you thinking?
What's on your mind?
Say what you thinking, what you thinking?
Hey, what's on your mind?
Say what you thinking, what you thinking?
What's on your mind?
Say what you thinking, what you thinking?
What's on your mind? Hey,
Tell me, oh, tell me. Tell me, oh, tell me. Tell me, oh, tell me. Tell me, oh, tell me.
What's your talking to? You ready to go, Jen?
Yes.
You was cutting up on that one, girl.
Shit, what you thinking, what you thinking?
what's on your mind?
Shit, what you thinking, what you thinking?
Hey, what's on your mind?
Shit, what you thinking, what you thinking?
Tell me, what's on your mind?
Shit, what you thinking, what you thinking?
Hey, what's on your
Oh,
mind?
say what you thinking, what you thinking?
What's on your mind?
Say what you thinking, what you thinking?
Hey, what's on your mind?
Say what you thinking, what you thinking?
What's on your mind?
Say what you thinking, what you thinking?
What's on your mind? Hey.
You know you love me. Hey guys, how y'all doing this Friday night? Just got paid, party hopping. Let me hold $20. No? Okay. You know it's Friday. So I thought, let me ask. I don't know. Somebody might have $5. Let me hold 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Okay. I hope y'all doing pretty good this evening. I'm doing all right. I'm stressed, but I'm all right. Okay. This brunch is getting on my nerves. That's the way it is when you're putting something together. It'd be fun, and then it'd be like, Lord, don't nobody ask me another question. Father, don't nobody call me and tell me one more thing. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I can't do it. They have something new on here called a QR code. Let me see if I see it. Okay, so do I got to click it? Okay, so now that's on the screen. So somebody scan it and let me know if it takes you to the Ladies Who Brunch Chicago website or not. I'm just trying to see if it works or not, y'all. Oh, I can scan it myself. I don't need y'all. Hold on. I forgot all about that. Oh my God. Okay, there we go. I'm scanning. Okay, then it says, oh, scan. Okay, I got you. Scan. Wait, retake. Let's try this one more again. Okay, wait. Okay, I gotta line it up. Oh, wait. I don't know if I'm do the thing work or do the thing work. Let's see, scan. Right here. Why is it? I'm gonna try this one more time. I just want to try it. I'm trying. It ain't nothing happening for me. Somebody done told a tale. Okay, let's try. Well, maybe I gotta get closer. Scan. What? This thing ain't working. This thing is not working. Oh, there it is. Okay, it did work that time. Okay. All right, then it did work. I had did it right. Thank you. Okay. All right, y'all guys. Anyway, something bite me on my leg. I think I got bit by something out there when I was in them streets. See, you know, when you real sweet, you can't be in the streets too much when the mosquitoes and stuff is still out because they ain't going nowhere. But when you sweet like I am, honey, they just draw to you and they be trying to get you. I wasn't even out there that long. Lord, Father. I shouldn't have wore that dress in the streets today. I guess. All right, y'all. Anyway, Welcome back to Beyond the Gates Unlocked, where we are serious about our doggone Duprees. And we, the gatekeepers, and you become a gatekeeper by commenting down in the comment section. Once you do that, it's official. We even give you your special red carpet rollout just for it being your first time commenting. So go on and comment, go on and subscribe to the channel. And if you like to gossip about these doggone Duprees as much as we do, like they real, even though we know they're not real, but we talking all about them like they real, then come on around here and subscribe. Get you a subscription. And another thing. Well, I'll come back to that part later. But anyway, yeah, get you a subscription so you don't miss anything. After we share a few laughs about today's episode, we also like to straighten up and dig a little deeper and have a real discussion about these storylines and these characters and how they kind of relate to our lives and how we see things and people and stuff like that. So if you enjoy that kind of a thing, you have found your place, honey. You definitely, and we do argue, but we don't argue. Okay, it's never serious around here, never serious. So never take nothing to heart. We're just talking about these doggone Duprees. One thing we are serious about over here, though, and we're not going to lie, and that's the like button. Be sure to hit that like button, or our officer of the like button is not going to be happy, pleased with you all. No, she's not. And then that means that you're going to stop the whole broadcast because you'll look up in the rearview mirror, and the next thing you know,
hey, you, hit the like button.
And just like that, we have to stop the broadcast until the likes get up to where they go. We got to get us a song. Get the lights up. Get the lights up. Come on. Get the lights up. Boom, 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 boom. That might be the problem. I might be entertaining y'all too much over here. Y'all don't be taking me for serious because I be entertaining y'all too much. What you think I'm a clown? Do I amuse you? Okay, look. Anyway, child, hit the like button. Now we have some wonderful mods over here, so please take a moment to say hello to them and to Tony Lynn, our official greeter. I'm going to have to change this graphic because I'm going to have to include Belinda Hill in this one, and I'm going to have to include Elaine in this one, and I'm going to have to include Mr. Raven Maniac in that. Okay, so when I get some time, I'm going to fix that graphic, okay, y'all, to include the whole gang over here, okay? And we'll add to it as we got to go. We will. We definitely will. All right, guys. Now, if you having the feeling to hit you, and I see it's already done hit a couple of y'all letting them use you. Letting them use you. Don't be like some of these. I don't never let them use you. Let them use you. And if that means that if you want to send a super sticker or a super chat to the channel, then do so. And then don't forget, when this is over, I'll tell y'all again at the end, you got to hype it up, okay? You got to hype the video. Hyping is very important to small content creators. It's how YouTube is starting to make some decisions about who they're going to put out into the algorithms or a little bit more. And we want that boost. I don't know about y'all, but boost me. Hype me. Okay? I ain't scared to get hype. Okay? All right. Now, as gatekeepers, we want to protect our names. So please use the hashtag gatekeepers, hashtag BTG, BTG Unlocked, or Beyond the Gates Unlocked, which is the name of this. You can even hashtag so what you think, honey. I don't care. Hashtag so what you think, John. Hashtag. Thank you, Peggy Jenkins. All right, you guys. So I've been told don't be stopping and doing the song all the time for each and every one. So before we get into the thing, we're gonna play the song, and then for those who may want to send a super, I mean, it is Friday. It is Friday. Oh, thank you, girl. That's Peggy Jenkins, Below DD, KB Mommy, and wait, who was the other person? I gotta wait. Let me go over here. I can find it. It'll have it for me over here. Okay, that's KB Mommy. Hit us with the $10. Thank you. She said, "Come on now, let's wait. Let me put it on the screen. Come on now, let's show our love and support for this very special Fune service tonight. I mean, yes, somebody got to put something on the spray. Somebody got to put something on the spray. Oh wait, ain't no spray because he being cremated. That's right. So somebody got to put something on the urn. Put some couple dollars on the urn. And for all this chicken I done bought up in here for y'all tonight. Myrtle Tinsel said that's okay. I got $5 on. Thank you, Myrtle. You can get 2 pieces of chicken tonight. Peggy Jenkins said I got $3.99. You get 2 pieces too. Everybody else, you get your stick to 1. And don't, hey, let me tell y'all something back there in the back. Hey, listen, let me tell you something. If they only those that's got the super sticker, get them 2 pieces of chicken and don't pass out no breasts and that, unless they. So that's how you gonna get a thigh and a breast over here today. Okay. Thank you, Peggy Jenkins. And Below Didi said she want 2 pieces of chicken too. She ain't about to be left out. Girl, I ain't mad at you. Girl. Get your 2 pieces of chicken. And I ain't playing. Who trying to get one? What's her name on the list to get 2 pieces of chicken? If it's not, put it down. I'm sorry. Somebody out front already trying to break the rules. Already out there trying to break the rules. We said super stickers and super chats is the only way you get 2 pieces of chicken in it tonight. Who bought this pound cake in here? Who bought the pound cake in here? Somebody said they was bringing a lemon pound cake. Who made this lemon pound cake? Ain't nobody claiming the pound cake. You bought the pound cake? Okay. Hey, look here. Put that pound cake in the back. Don't give nobody none of that pound cake unless it's hold on, let me tell you who get the pound cake. Get KB if she wants some, Myrtles if she wants some, Peggy if she wants some, Bilo D if she wants some. Otherwise, put that lemon pound cake back there in the back. Because it's the first thing they'll come in here for trying to get all the pound cake. All right, now that we got all that straight. Let me see who done showed up to get a final, give a few words for Doug. All right now. Oh, wait a minute. Let me find this comment. Y'all ain't got no more sense to me. Bilo Didi said, whoever ain't hit the like button don't get damn piece of food. You know what? That's right. You know what? Did y'all hear that? Yeah, hold on. Yeah, if they ain't put nothing, if they ain't hit the like button, don't get them nothing. They can show you on their phone that they ain't hit the like button. If they ain't hit the like button, don't get them nothing. Except for pop, because we don't want nobody to fall out. Somebody's blood sugar get low. Okay, now. All right, now that we done got all that together, let us move on. Because we got to see who done showed up. Wait a minute. Lord, hold on. We got to see who all done showed up. For this evening. Hold on. Oh, Belinda says she done soaked that pound cake in moonshine. Oh, Lord. All right, let me go down here and see who all done came here to say goodbye to Doug. Let me see now. Bilo Didi say, hey, gatekeepers and Miss Jen and mods. Okay. Oh, Lord. KB Mommy said, greetings. So what you think my mod squad sisters, Linda Barnett, Bilo Didi, Destiny H, my cousin, Tony Lynn, my sister, Officer Belinda Hill, and my boo Elaine T, and my friend, Deputy Raven, made it that one. Okay, then. Oh, that's so sweet. Y'all saying so much sweet things. Okay. Linda's in here, too. Linda done stopped in to say a few words. And, Myrtle done come all the way from Prince Edward Islands to say something to y'all. Thank you, Miss Myrtle. Raven Maniac said, hello, gatekeepers, Miss Jen Mosquaz. I'm up here in the pew. Patiently and poignantly pondering the events of the day, dearly beloved. We are gathered here today for some slow singing and flower bringing. You know you got that right. Oh, no, not Doug. Ooh, not Doug. Okay, let me see who else is in here. Hold on. Wait, I done messed up my screen. Hold on. Miss Lil is in here. Miss Lil is in here. Miss Lil is in here. How you doing, Miss Lil? I know she probably gonna come up later, say a few words. I think Raven Maniac is watching the parking lot, Belinda. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right, let me see who else we got. We're gonna need an A and B selection in honor of Dr. Doug. Oh Lord. Okay. Let's see who else is in here. Hold on, I'm scrolling, y'all. Hold on. In honor of our dearly departed Doug, I'm simultaneously watching the WNBA semifinals. I'm sure he would approve because Benasty always left him home to play with his basketball. Oh, Belinda Hill said, "Good evening, Miss Jen." Tony Lynn and Lane, T Gatekeepers, my squad. Of course, I hit the like button on the way in. E-Daddy says, "Hello, gatekeepers." Okay. KB Mommy said, "Please feel free to tip the host by way of super chat, super sticker via the Cash App. You also can become a member by clicking the link." Okay, let's see. Indigo Blue says hello. Hey, Indigo. Peggy Jenkins says, "Hey to everybody, too." Okay, who else we got? Double A say Doug is locked away at a warehouse. I think so too, child. I don't believe he gone neither. Even though they did that little thing online where they showed him leaving the show, I don't believe it for 1 minute. I think the way Doug decided to get him is that he got on board with the other people, child, and they about to take him down. Slowly but surely. But I digress. Jay Ruffin says, "Hello, everyone. Happy Friday." Hey, Jay. Hey, Jay. KB Mommy's reminding y'all to put a couple dollars on it. Thank you, KB. Thank you. Okay. Who else we got? Myrtle Tenza also. Thank you, Myrtle. Veronica's in here too. Hey, Veronica. Good evening, Janet Gatekeeper. She said, "Oh, Lord." Okay. Okay, let me see who else now. Becky Jenkins had put a little something on it on the funeral too. Thank you. Think every little bit gonna help them cheering. It's gonna help them cheering. Thank you. Oh Lord. Am I missing anybody else in here? Karina Thompson says, "Hello, Jen and Gatekeepers. I bought fried taters. Y'all put them fried taters, so put me some over there to the side. Because I ain't gonna get none until later. Put a small plate of them over there. Thank you very much, Karina, for the chocolate and a slice of that chocolate cake that Karina bought. That girl Karina bought that. Yeah, bring it. Okay, listen. Okay. All right, let me see. I'm still just scrolling, finding y'all names and clowning, so hold on. All right, you guys. Raven say, "I got my feet up on the dashboard, keeping an eye out for Joey Two Thumbs, who is not invited." He is not invited. Don't let him up in here. Belinda said, "I got smelling sauces. Anybody need?" You better keep that on deck, sis. You better keep that on deck. All right, y'all. Well, with that, we're going to get started with today's review and unlock these gates. Gatekeepers, it's time for our daily dose of Beyond the Gates Unlocked. All right, y'all. Y'all be sure to make room for your neighbors on the rows and move down. Don't sit on the end down there. Just slide down so that there'll be room on the end. Okay. All right then. I didn't have time to print no obituaries. So what we gonna do? We just gonna read the stuff we normally do up here, okay? All right, hold on. How do I say goodbye to what we had? all the good times that made us laugh outweigh the bad. I hope y'all harmonizing. I thought that I would see forever, but forever's not far away. It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. Okay, now here we go. Who wig fell off? All right. This was the 138th episode of Beyond the Gates today. And it was written by Michelle Valjean, Robert Guza Jr., and Teresa Zimmerman, along with Judy Tate. It was directed by Michael V. Pomerico. So let's see exactly what had happened today. As KB Mommy says, everybody please take your seats quickly. Take your seats quickly. Let me take the scan code down because I was just testing to see what it do. But it's in the way. Hey, Real Talk. I see you just came in, Veronica Warren. I see somebody else down here. Hold on before I go any further. Patrick C62. Hey, how you doing? How you doing? I don't know if you commented before, but welcome in. All right, so let's get to it because I done clowned with y'all for a good. Ooh, it's 8:55. I've been in here clowning too long. All right, here we go. It's just cutting up. All right. Vanessa done made it back. She done met Nicole at Uptown, who's come in chattering about everything under the sun. Because she don't know that Doug is gone. Oh, God, she didn't know Doug was gone. She didn't know Doug was gone. She didn't know. She didn't know. So when she did know, she jumped up out that chair. She grabbed a hold of Nicole, of Vanessa. She was like, girl, no, he not gone, girl. I know you lying, girl. I know you lying. She was like, girl, I ain't even lying, Doug gone. Well, back at the casino, there was no tears being shed by Joey or Marcel Malone. The casino, no, wait. So Marcel came in there and Joey was like, what are you doing in here? And he said, look like you would be staying away from here because, with all the suspicion that's going around, why would you be up in here? And then Marcel said, is you going to be away from what's her name? He said, I thought you would need a shoulder to crown because I heard you lost your best customer. Y'all just cold. Just cold. Just cold. Okay. Just cold. Do you hear me? Now, at Orphagene's, though, they was all over the place. They was at the Uptown. They was at the casino. They was at Orphagene's today. Where's the picture of them? Did I skip that? Hold on, y'all. Make sure it said at Orphagene's. Yeah. Okay, hold on. Let me find a different picture because I don't know how I did that. I thought today I didn't upload enough pictures because I know this list looks mighty short to me. So I'll just use this. So at Orphagene's, Mona, who is Ashley's mama, and Mona and Jan, who is Ashley's mother, are at Orphagene's and they're talking about Leslie and that money she done got. Was I wrong or did I hear them say something like, girl, maybe we shouldn't have stopped being her friend if we'd have known she was about to be filthy rich? Did somebody have said that? Because that's what I thought I had heard. I didn't know if I had heard that or they were saying something else, but she was like, girl, who would have known she was going to come into all this money? And then, of course, they went to talking about the stuff that she's been doing since she got the money, which is causing nothing but chaos and doing stupid stuff. Girl. Everybody wish you would get somewhere and sit down. Give me a second. Okay, everybody wish you would get somewhere and sit down. So then she said that they had also heard that Bill is doing everything he can to keep her out of moving to behind the gates. And they said, well, she better have a pretty good lawyer if she thinking that she gonna be able to stand up against Bill. And she'd be wise to have a plan B. Because we all know coming up against Bill ain't no easy feat. Bill may be a lot of things, but he is a good lawyer. We ain't gonna say he ain't when he is. Okay, we ain't gonna say he ain't when he is. Now Eva was trying to rush around and get dressed so she could get out of there and get to work. And her mother's like, girl, what are you rushing for? You work for your father. You still worried about trying to get to work on time? And she said, yes, mama, because I'm trying to get to work on time. So Leslie told her that she was moving today. And she's like, moving where, mama? And she said, well, my landlord is selling the building and I've got to go today. And he wants me to move. So I'm just thinking that I would move in here with you. And Eva was like, move where? Who? Move what? Where? Come what now? Girl, that's the same thing I said. Hey, Lulu, that's the same thing I said. I was like, girl, your mama living with you? Ooh, no. So Derek, but I know I think she lying though. See, I knew she was lying. I know she was lying. I thought she was lying. I thought Leslie was lying about that whole story she just told. But we're going to find out. So anyway, Derek, man, I missed the whole row of pictures. That's what I'm realizing. So never mind. So Derek, with his deceitful self, is over there exercising with Jacob, right? And he stops by with some food that he's not supposed to have. And he said, ooh, if Shanice knew I had this, she would have a fit. So they get to talking. And Jacob asked him, does Shanice know about his legs and him feeling? And he says, yeah. And Jacob was like, oh, so you got two people lying, keeping your secret in. He said, you know, she worked side by side with Ashley. How that's supposed to work? And he was just looking like, Derek don't care, child. Now at the hospital, Shanice and Ashley are talking, and she updates her Shanice on how Derek has been doing. So she ends up spilling the beans to her about Derek having what he ain't supposed to be eating over there because he had just sent a text and she was like, oh, that's Derek saying that he got some burritos. And she was like, he knows good well he ain't supposed to have that. She was like, ooh, 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 ooh. But Ashley admits that she's trying to remain optimistic about this situation with Derek because she really don't know. I don't really know what it's going to be like to deal with this man. He can't get up and walk or do nothing. Too much of nothing, you know. So I'm just trying to see if I can deal with it. You know what I'm saying? But he may improve sooner or later. That's what Shanice told her. Well, you never know. He may improve sooner than later because I think Shanice about to be just like Jacob. I ain't about to be sitting up in line for you. Because I don't think I would do this. I don't think so. Right? Now, Vanessa was crying and snotting. You know, I know she's sad though because you know this ain't how she wanted this to happen. I know this is not how she wanted this to be. I know it was. It was. So she's crying and talking about Doug, and Dr. Nicole said that she saw him as a patient too, but I can't really tell you nothing, girl. But he did come and talk to me. And she was like, oh, I'm just so glad that he did because at least that means that he was trying to do something to get some help. And then Vanessa blames herself. She says, I should have listened more. Girl, that ain't all you should have did. You should have did a lot more than listen more, girl. You should have did a lot more than listen. Because this ain't just about Doug gambling, Vanessa. You the whole reason that this doesn't happen to your husband. See, because you can't get somewhere and sit down and cross your legs like a lady. Girl, this ain't about gambling. This about you, really. Wait till you find out, though. And wait till your kids find out. Ooh, girl. Ooh. But I don't think Doug gone. I just don't believe that. Mm-mm. So this woman said that they was just talking, but taking she said, we was, wait, now listen to her. She said, in her line, she said, we were just talking about taking a second honeymoon. Girl, no, he was talking about taking a second honeymoon. And you told him that you ain't had time for no stuff like that right now. Am I wrong? Ain't that what she had told him? Because after you told him you didn't want to go nowhere, you were somewhere with Joey. So, girl, why you know people know they could be telling half the truth, child, when it's convenient. Mm-hmm. He told me that he was going to go play a high stake game of poker, and I told him I forbid it. But did you also tell them that you went on vacation? Are you telling why you ain't telling her you went on vacation, Nelson? Why you not telling her you went on vacation, Nelson? You should have said, and while I was on vacation, Doug heard me, heard the man that I was with in the background. And he said, "Are you with Joey now?" Okay, so you should have told her that part. Why you ain't telling her that part? And how pissed off he was, and how angry he was. I wonder if that's what set him off, got him to drinking and carrying on. But you telling all these half truths, Nessa Bell. Nessa Bell, girl, you's telling all these half truths to make it sound better. But Joey over here asking Marcel why he at this casino so soon after the accident. And that's what Marcel said. Are you going to keep your distance from the dearly departed's wife, the grieving widow? Why you talking about me keeping a distance from this? Is you going to keep a distance from that? Huh? Is you going to keep a distance from that? Why you want me to stay from over her? So Joy asked him if he's Dear Abby or somebody. No, he's not Dear Abby. We are Dear Abby over here. We are Dear So What You Think over here. So don't be trying to steal our thunder. Well, in the membership, we are Dear So What You Think. But anyway, I digress. So Marcel said, nope, just send me my money and I'm headed to the islands with Sheila and retiring. And I'll be on that boat being rocked to sleep at night by Sheila with not a care in the world. And then Joey said, no, you're not. I need you local side. And Marcel said, what, you got another job? I really hope it turns out that they've been undercover investigating Joey all this time, because I would just hate to believe that Jacob Daddy is involved in all this. And where is Jacob old fine daddy when we need? I need to see you. I just need to see you. When will I see you again? Jacob fine daddy. Okay. But anyway, Vanessa is a mess. Vanessa is a mess. And how do she tell the kids all this? How am I going to tell the children? Fiddly dee, fiddly dee. How do I tell the children about this? I don't know. I don't know how to tell them and explain all this to them. I got to go to my kids and I got to tell them. I got to tell them. So Dr. Nicole said, well, don't worry. I'll go home and I'll grab some of my things and I'll meet you back here and I'll drive you because you should not be alone right now. And she says, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Mm-hmm. Now, Eva said, move here. No, Ted pays for this, Mama. And Leslie said, I can pay for myself wherever I want to. But Eva said, okay. She said, I don't. Then Leslie said, I don't want Ted having such a hold over you with money. And I figured out a way to make things up to you. I bought you your own place. Girl, you talk about a Trojan horse. This is one. I would trust a clown. I would trust a clown on a dark road at night thumbing a ride before I would trust what Leslie talking about right now. I would trust somebody dressed up like Bozo with a suit on at nighttime on a long winding road with his thumb out and put him in my car before I would trust whatever it is that Leslie talking about. I don't trust it. I don't trust it, girl. And Eva is listening, but cautiously. But she's touched, but she's cautious. She told Leslie to buy another unit in the building and we could be neighbors. And she was like, no, I don't want to be that. That's not what I want to do. That's not what I want to do. But I tell you what, you go do that because this is more for me over here where I am. I like room service and I like, I like having my beds and linens changed for me every day. Yes, but you go over there and you stay where I bought you. And then she was like, I'm gonna tell you what, Mama. You need to accept the fact that Dad don't want you. Ted don't want you. You're not what he wants. You need to accept that. Why can't you just accept that? Because she crazy. That's why I got the short answer. We can go into the long answer, but that's the short answer, child. Now, Ashley shares with Derek that he's got, hold on, what is this I wrote? Ashley shares that Derek's got what? And Shanice said that, burritos. I already read this, I thought. Okay, well, I must have thought it was supposed to be and it wasn't. Okay. All right. So she sees Ashley's ring and then she was like, girl, what's that? And she was like, what? Oh, this girl, I got to go. I gotta go make some rounds. If you got the ring on, you know people gonna ask about it. So don't be acting all jumpy when somebody asks you about the ring. Answer the question. You don't want to talk about y'all love. She already know y'all engaged. So just say, yeah, you gave me a ring. Boom. What is all the ripping and the running for? Namona and Jan talk about Derek and Ashley. Jan loves how much Derek loves her daughter. Even though she felt Ashley wasn't really ready to get married, she just loves how much Derek loves her Ashley. At the same time, Jacob and Derek are exercising, and he asked, do you plan to tell Ashley or not? Are you going to tell her you can feel now or what? And Derek said, well, I really kind of want to surprise her at the wedding and just get up and just walk to her. And he was like, you mean like months from now? No, I'm not going like that. I'm not going along with that. And Derek started trying to downplay all of this. He was like, I don't understand what your hold on. I was trying to see what I see what I did with it. Okay. He was like, I don't understand what your problem is. I'm just trying to, have a little surprise at the wedding when you don't like surprises. Derek. But Derek ain't going for this. He's just not. And not. He's not here for it. He's not. Let me scroll these pictures up so I can see still. Okay, so let's see. So he started hitting him with all the what ifs. What if this? What if that? What if this? What if that? But Jacob was like, you gonna tell her. Point blank in the period. Hey, redhead cat, you gonna tell her. Hey, Valerie Davis, fellas, okay. You're gonna tell her. You're gonna tell her, fella. We know what's coming next, so I will. Also, I would like to say that I guess that Jacob wanted y'all to know that he be at the gym too. Jacob said, y'all not about to, you gonna put some respect on his name. I be at the gym too. Be at the gym too. I be doing it at the gym too. He wants y'all to know. Okay. All right, now let me go back down here to this picture. So Mona and them are gossiping down at the diner, and she told Jan that Danny and Andre have been messing around. And are you new to the chat? Hold on 1 second. Let's pause for a second because you know how we do it. Hold on, girl. Hold on. Valerie Davis Fellas is new to the chat, so let's give her official welcome. We'll stop over here to do some welcomes, child. We will. So welcome down to the chat. You are now officially a gatekeeper.
Hey.
Gatekeepers, a decree from the Queen.
Enough. Be seated.
You all make room down there for our new. Now she can have 2 pieces of chicken because she's new. So put what's your name again? Valerie. Put Valerie Davis Fellas on the list where she can get a plate because she knew, so she didn't have time. Yeah, put her down on the list. She can get 2 pieces of chicken. Yeah, and give her a piece of that pound cake back there. But that's it now until we let somebody new show up. That's it. If somebody else do a super sticker, super chat, that's it. Okay, now. All right, now. Welcome, Valerie. We're also having the funeral for Doug this evening, mixed in with the review. Okay. All right, now. Let me get back up into these pictures. So anyway, Mona and them in there gossiping down, and she was like, girl, I heard that Danny and Andre been messing around. And then she was like, girl, they got married. What? Mona have all the inside track. So Mona was like, girl, they got married. And just as that was said, she said, Danny and Andre got married. Ashley had just walked in and she was looking at that phone, but she looked up then. She was like, wait, who got what? Girl, what does it matter to you? You got your little ring on, right? You got your ring on it. What do you care? You're not supposed to care, girl. Mm-mm. 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 You're not supposed to care. You got Derek. You got Derek. Now, Eva is trying her best to get her mama to get up out of here so she can get to work. And she also trying to get her to get somewhere and sit down before she crashes out. But I don't think it's going to work. I don't. Leslie changes up and tells Eva to go for Tomas. I'm telling y'all, this is a narcissist at work right here, babe. I want to get you away from your daddy, and just to me, first things first. Let's pull you away from your father. When you don't need to be, over there. No, she don't like that. Narcissists don't like that. So I'm gonna get you away from your daddy, and then here's the other thing. Just in case she and her sister are getting close, let me suggest something to throw something in the pot for that. So then it's really just you and me. You got to run back to me. Yeah. And they can see you the same way that they see me. That's the work of a narcissist. I keep telling you. This girl stay manipulating Eva. There's her mama. Who don't take advice from their mama, huh? Her mama told her that she needs to go for Tomas. He's not meant for Cat. Even though that may be true that he's not meant for Cat. Eva didn't want to do that. She's like, no, I'm telling you, go for him. He needs to be with you. I gave you some bad advice before, but I see it now. That this is the path that you're supposed to be on. This is the part, where you're supposed to get the man that you're supposed to have. Huh? And all of this is designed to pull this girl away from her daddy, mess up her situation with her sister even more. So just in case they're starting to make any kind of peace, she can disrupt that. Just in case. Huh? So then she tells Eva, now you can go because I got somebody meeting me. Now I'm trying to figure out why Eva couldn't be there while the person who was meeting her. Thank you very much, Redhead Cat. I'm trying to figure out why. Yeah. Get Redhead Cat 2 pieces of chicken and she could get some of the pound cake too. Put her down on the list. Yeah. Uh-huh. All right. So they got you on the list. Don't worry about it. Okay, listen. So she told her, she said, you got to go because I'm meeting somebody. Besides, this is almost my room anyway. This is almost my room, isn't it? Yeah. Y'all, where's Terry Anthony? We ain't seen him over here in a few days now. Because I've been waiting to tell him thank you for that Cash App he sent. So if y'all see him, don't forget to remind me. Because I might miss it because I'm reading. All right, so let me get back to this now. All right. So she leaves, I'm talking about Eva. She leaves out and leaves her mama there. Now, Jan gets a call from Vanessa. Who knew that she worked for Vanessa? Is this something they just wrote in? Because I've been wondering what did she do and how did she do it? But now we find out today she's the housekeeper for them or something. Is that what it is? Because they was like, have you got there yet? And she's like, no, I'm not there yet. So she works for Doug and Vanessa. Did not know this. Yeah, this was new about Jan. I know we had not heard that before. So I guess Jan is going to be getting some juicy stuff now as far as the roles are concerned. Ooh, Jan, kudos for you. Now I just need to see more of my Mona now. We want to see more of Mona. We want to see more of Randy, Smitty. I'm Sammy. I'm sorry. Randy, Sammy. We want to see more of him. Y'all making room for all these new people to come up in here. We want to see more of the people that we already know about. I'm just saying. But anyway, she gets a call from Vanessa, and Vanessa was like, girl, I need you to bring me my wallet. And then she's like, I got terrible news. And she was like, oh no. Oh no. Sidebar. I've been noticing on this show that light people deliver the news of our dearly departed to their families different from us. This is what I've been noticing now. Because by now, we would have formed a phone bank of who's calling who and made a Facebook post, be it an outright announcement or a subliminal one that just says OMG with a crying face? Hmm? We would have informed someone who was in charge of making these calls from the immediate family or the person who was closest of kin. But they seem to handle things on a need-to-know basis, because this man done been in the paper and everything and don't nobody know he gone. We don't do it like that. We don't do it like that. The phone got to ring and ring, and we got to call and 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 let everybody know what just had happened was. We will let you know 5 seconds after it happened. We will. We will. We will. But I didn't know this. I learned something today on this show. I really did. They holds it close to their chest when somebody leave here. Not over here with us. We don't do it like that. Everybody got to know. So anyway, she rushed over to Uptown to take her wallet, right? And I also noticed that while they were sitting down there talking, Vanessa put her ring back on. And Jan was looking like, I mean, that wasn't a wallet. She took it out of unless that was in her wallet. She took it out of some little, little jewelry, velvet bag, and shook them big old diamonds out and put them on her hand. And Jan was looking like, And if that wasn't enough, because she was giving Jan plenty, honey, plenty to take back to the gossip mill, meaning Shanice, Mona, and Ashley. You're going to have plenty to talk about. But anyway, while they sitting up there talking, Joey walks up, and she was like, oh, and she's like, oh, this is my associate, one of my business partners. And she was looking like, your business partner? Okay, girl. But anyway, she heard him, got on up out of there, because I don't blame you, girl, because I wouldn't want Joey standing too close by me. Joey got the juju on him, and we don't need none of that. We don't want none of that, okay? We don't want none of that. Now, yeah, I'm thinking too, I'm looking at what Real Talk just wrote. I'm thinking that Randy Sammy got dug into some kind of witness protection. And since Vanessa did what she did, he leaving her out to dry with Joey. That's what I think. I don't blame him. I wouldn't save you neither. Now, I was so happy to see my girl Peaches. This is a new wig Peaches got on. This is a different wig right here. Somebody got the memo about that wig now. It's a different wig. It's a different wig. But I was glad to see it. I follow her on Instagram. This lady don't look nothing like this out of this wig. She's so young. She's young, funny, and a lot of fun. So, but anyway. Anyway, Peaches is playing her role. So let me just tell y'all that. This lady is playing this role. Let me take this comment down right quick. Hold on, guys. Now, Karen J, they held your comment that said, I wanted to see Anita's helper. That's all it says, and they held your comment for a while. I don't understand what's going on over here. They be holding stuff that ain't even about nothing. Okay, now, Peaches is back with a slightly better wig, and I'm glad to see her. Leslie gives Peaches a check, and Leslie had lawyers look into her situations, and Peaches looked shocked. She was like, what? Girl, I'd have been shocked too. She said, I ain't never seen this many zeros in my life. Girl, how many zeros did she give you? Because Leslie passing out money like water. Somebody get Leslie my email address so she could put a little something on the Cash App. Please. Because she passing out money like this. Girl, send me a couple dollars. Please. Okay. Now, Jacob ain't playing with Derek. And Derek ain't trying to ease up about not telling this girl the truth. Okay. But Derek told him that he needed to step off. In other words, he was like, you need to step off. Let me do what I'm trying to do. And Jacob thinks it's a test and it's not a good one. And we agree with Jacob for once or twice. Now, at the hospital, Shanice done found out about Doug and can't believe it. Andre steps off the elevator and wants to talk to Ashley. He wants to tell her he got married. Let me find this other picture. He sits her down and he tells her that he got married. He didn't beat around the bush. He told her. But here's the thing about. Okay, let me keep going. So anyway, he tells her he got married. But no, I'm sorry. He said he wanted to tell her something. I got that wrong. He said he wanted to tell her something. Before he could tell her, she blurted out, "I know you got married." You know that's how it is when you be in your feelings. Like, yeah, baby. She in her feelings, baby. She in her feelings, baby. So anyway, she's like, "I already know you got married." I was like, "Ooh, girl." Belinda Hill said 37 54 watching and 37 likes. Now let me go and pre-warn y'all now. Let me go and hit y'all with a warning. This is the warning. This is the warning. I'm gonna hit y'all with the warning. I'm gonna hit y'all with the warning. You better go and hit that like button. Because the next thing she's gonna be saying, stop, pull over. Anyway, she was like, I already heard you got married. So he said, well, yeah, I did. He said, but anyway, I wrote down for a girl who's engaged, she's bothered. But then Andre saw the ring on her hand. He was like, what's that? You engaged? And she said, yeah, I guess things turned out the way they needed to. And he said, I don't see it that way at all. What? What? Okay, anyway. You know, if ever there was a man I want to grab by both his little ears and shake him, it's Andre. I'm sorry, it's husband. I want to grab husband by them little ears and just shake both of them until I'm tired. Just pull him, just I'm sick of him. Just tired. Now, Peaches is very shocked but very moved by this generous gift from Leslie. And Leslie said, I want to help you get better or to be comfortable, whichever one. I also got you an apartment in a building where Eva lives so she can check in on you whenever you need. I feel like I'm a different woman now, you know? And to tell you the truth, I feel like I needed to make some changes because you were a woman who took care of another woman's child, and I owed you more than what I gave you. You loved me, and despite all of that, I was nothing but a headache to you. And I just want to make it up to you. And then she hugs her and says, I love you. You know, I don't know who playing who's zooming who. I don't know who's zooming who right here. I don't know who's zooming who, but baby, I think they zooming each other right now. Like, I think Leslie got the apartment and all of that, but I think Leslie about to find out that Peaches ain't, because remember, she ain't seen Peaches in years. Baby, now that Peaches got this check, I'm keep telling y'all, I think she gonna run into Peaches somewhere in her real her, looking a lot more youthful, bodied out, and about to be clowning in these streets. Now, Jacob said Ashley loves Derek, but he got to tell her. But Derek is fighting to have it his way. They was boring me to tears today, but I'm trying to go and say they part. Now, husband, it was Andre, don't think Ashley made the right decision after all. And neither did he with Danny. And he said, how you going to be happy when you weren't happy with him before? He said, you know, Derek is your comfort zone. And she don't want to talk about it. She don't want to talk about none of this. And she got up, she said, I got to get back to work. But you know one thing about this little Andre, this little husband man, honey. When he over here with you at your house, he all about you. When husband is over at your house, honey, he all about you. He got all the love words for you. You the only one. You the only, because he the only one. How he know? He know because he the only one. He don't, yeah, okay. Because soon as he get back around to the daddy, it's gonna be, I think we ought to move in together. But he over here with Ashley, you made a mistake. Me and you should have been together. You just left from over Danny's house talking about, well, maybe we shouldn't rush and get divorced. This boy can't. I told y'all, this boy don't know if he a helicopter or a jet. All he know, he want to fly. Ugh. I couldn't stand no man around me like this. Him. But at either rate, Jan decides to get on out the way and leave Nessa with Joey. He offers to drive Vanessa once she leaves. He offered to drive her to go see about her kids and give them the news. And he said, I can wait at a coffee shop or something. They don't even need to know I'm with you. And she declined and said, no, Dr. Nicole is going to take me. He said, good. Just so long as you're not by yourself. He a smooth criminal. Now, if anybody was a smooth criminal, it's Joey. He's a smooth criminal. Bum, bum, ba-da-dum, bum, ba-da-dum, bum, ba-da-dum, bum, 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 ba-da-dum, bum. He's smooth. He done took your husband out and then over here trying to comfort you in any way that he can. Oh, it's nice. It's nice. All right, so he went to hug her at the end of it all. And just as he was hugging her, Dr. Nicole walked in and she saw it. And Dr. Nicole almost gasped and fell out because she was like, what in the whole world is going on over I know she was like, child, I was just in here talking to you and you, girl, I know you, what? Come what? Look at her. I know she was like, girl, you're wasting my time. I'm over here. I'm about to go. I ain't got time for this. It was terrible. It was. Well, y'all, I'm not going to hold y'all too much longer. I know some of y'all want to come up here and speak y'all part for the funeral. I want you all to please keep your words for Doug to, what was that y'all said, to a minute or so, to no more than 3 minutes. And we're going to call up the family members first that want to. Oh, wait, before we do anything, hold on. I got to talk about next week. Hold on, real talk, girl. This might be where you want to look away because, baby, I got pictures. Okay, so next week, it appears that, and I think Real Talk has said this a few times, that she thought Naomi was going to be pregnant. And it looks like she is. And she don't look happy about it at all. At all. Danny, meanwhile, was over there talking to her husband. And she said, maybe we shouldn't rush into getting this thing and all. Let's just hold on. And Andre done come back around there talking about, maybe I can move in with you. She was like, move in where? In here? You in my house? Over here? With the pink couch? And you know why? You know what I think that is? I think, let me say one more thing. And then not Doug, one of Doug and them cheering and showed up, okay? So the son's name is Donnell, and the daughter's name is Deanna. So Deanna and Donnell. Hey, Bar. Deanna and Donnell. And this is Donnell, honey, with this real thick curly hair and everything. And baby, he got nerve. He went in there and told Joey, he said, you know what? I'm about to put cases on all of you. Pelican Bay ain't got nothing on me. That's what he about to tell him. King Kong ain't got nothing on me. That's what he about to tell him now. He said, because I'm going to sue everybody from the man pouring the drinks. Because I said this yesterday, didn't I? He going to sue everybody from the man pouring the drinks to the casino, to the people who made the car, to the people who made the road, to the people who made the shot glasses daddy was drinking out of, to the people who made the cards he was playing before he was up in here, to the people who made the suit that his daddy was wearing, and to everybody, he's suing everybody. I'm suing everybody. Thank you, Lulu. Put Lulu down for some chicken too. She can have a full plate. Yeah, Lew. Lew. Put her down. She can have that, and she can have some cake. Thank y'all. Okay, they got you in the back, girl. They got you in the back. They got you in the back. Don't worry about it. Hold on. Let me see. Let me see now. Let me see now. So that's 6. We got 6 out of our 10 for our goal of 10. We got 6 out of the 10. All right. Thank y'all very much. I appreciate you. Thank you very much, Lulu, for that. All right. Now let me get back to the important stuff right here. Real talk. Look away, girl, because I'm about to break this down. I'm about to break it down. I'm about to break it. I'm about to break it all down. I'm about to break it. I'm about to break it all down. Okay, so look here. Look here. You got your lips on my lips. You don't have to be beautiful, hey, to turn me out. Just let it be out to me, so we can have a good time. Yeah, you don't have to be rich to be my girl. You don't have to be cruel to rule my world. I just want your extra time and your kiss. Yes. Now here's the question. Did she jump on Bill and kiss Bill? I had a whole lot more pictures to put up here because I had it frame by frame by frame by frame by frame for y'all. Look at that. You know, right now, if she need a stand-in, yes, it's the familiarity. It's the familiarity. But look here, before they went in for it, see what she said? Look at that. Bill, let me tell you something. Bill was like, Danny, wait, no. Danny, look at her hand on his chest. She's talking to. He ain't fighting. He ain't fighting. He ain't fighting. And I would also like to point out, just so we know, his hands was around her waist. You know, the small of her back. And then this was after the kiss. See, this is a different picture. I want you to get confused. This was before. This was how he broke away. Still gazing down. I love you because the earth turns around the sun. Because the north star shine. Wait a minute. Because the north wind blows north sometimes, and because even I wish I could remember this. This poem. It's a good poem. Hold on. Because this is what all I can see, child. Hold on. That Maya Angelou poem that starts, I love you because the north. Wait a minute. I love you because the earth turns around the sun, and because the north wind blows north sometimes. What poem is that?
The poem Resignation. You're thinking of, the one that starts I love you because of North women, is actually I Love You by Jeanette Winterson.
No, girl. It ain't by no Jeanette Winterson. It's called Resignation, and it's by Nikki Giovanni. I got it wrong. Listen. This is what I see. Watch this. I love you because the earth turns round the sun. This is what's going on. Because the north wind blows north sometimes, and because the Pope is Catholic and most rabbis are Jewish, and because the winter flows into springs and the air clears after a storm. Because only my love for you, despite the charms of gravity, keeps me from falling off this earth into another dimension. I love you because it is the natural order of things. I love you like the habit I picked up in college of sleeping through lectures or saying I'm sorry when I get stopped for speeding, or because I drink a glass of water in the morning. because you keep my feet warm though my life a mess. I love you because I don't want it any other way. The Dales tell me that love is, wait a minute, wait, hold on. I want to get this part right here. Hold on. I am helpless in my love for you. It makes me so happy to hear you call my name. Let's keep looking at watch this picture now, baby. It makes me so happy to hear you call my name that I am amazed how you can resist locking me in an echo chamber where your voice reverberates through the four walls, sending me into a spasmic ecstasy. I love you because it's been so good for so long that if I didn't love you, I'd have to be born again. And now that's not some theological statement. I'm just pitiful in my love for you. The Dales tell me that love is so simple, though the thought of you sends indescribably delicious, multitudinous thrills in and throughout my body. I love you because no two snowflakes are alike. And it is possible if you stand tippy-toe to walk between the raindrops. I love you because I'm afraid of the dark and I can't sleep in the light. And because I rub my eyes and I wake up in the morning and I find you there. Because you, with all your magical powers, were determined that I should love you. Because there was nothing for you but that I would love you. I love you because you make me want to love you. I love you more than my privacies, my freedoms, my commitments, my responsibilities. I love you because I changed my life to love you. I love you because you saw me one Friday afternoon and decided that I would love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Baby, that's what's going on. Right up in the cut. Ooh, right up in the what? Resignation by Nikki Giovanni. Get you some, okay? All right. That's enough on that. But I'm just saying next week we're going to have this and this and this. What we going to have? We're going to have this and this and this. What we going to have? We're going to have this and this and this. I can't wait for next week, child. All right. With that being said, let me drop this link so that we can officially get this Fune on the way. Oh, I forgot to put. I did put it in the description. The Fune, F-U-N-E, Fune. We here for the Fune. Okay. All right. The way you smile so sweet. Let me do this while I'm looking for this. I know you could have been a candle. If good looks were remitted. You know you could have been. I don't know that song. The way you knocked me off my feet. You know you could have been. If good looks were a minute. You know that you would be an hour. I can't remember. Well, I could have did anything that you want me to. All I hear is, I do love you, but it's all right. Yes. Did I drop the link? Sitting here in this chair. Baby, they are all over the Teddy Pendergrass. They is all over the Al Green. I can think of better days. When living for my life was the only thing man could ever want. I can make. No, you know what their song is? I got y'all. Distant lover, you lover. Ooh, so many miles away. That's their song right now, baby. Ooh, I wish I could play that right now. I wish I could play that song for y'all right now. All right, y'all. Let me go on hit it and open up these phone lines. Oh, wait a minute. I owe y'all song. Hold on. I owe y'all song for the super chat. So let's get that done first.
Money is coming to me. Money is coming to me. Money keeps coming to me. Money is coming to me. coming to me. Money keeps coming to me. Money is coming to me. Money keeps coming to me.
All right, y'all. And we now have Lulu has become a member for 1 month. Did you change your membership to Master of the Gates? I think that's what happened. I'm not sure, but I think that's what happened. Okay. All right, y'all. So listen. Get y'all membership. Let me tell you what's happening in the membership before we pop open these lines. We got 3 songs gonna be hit right here, so y'all just be patient because y'all know this is where we getting ready to get get down. Okay. All right. So get your membership because the membership has become the dear so what you think is one of the things that's going over in the membership. Now we will probably eventually release what happened, but if y'all want to keep up with what happened in Picturegate, okay, y'all put the name of the show down there again for me because I got my pen. I can write it down today. What's supposed to be the name of the song? It's called the show. Raven Maniac said something and somebody else gave the second part. So it was called Man on the Wall. And then the other one was Picturesque something. So write it down there again for me so I can write it down. But anyway, we had a call in or write in on a situation that a widowed person has been dating. She's back out in the dating pool and she wanted to know what y'all thought about her not wanting to take down her husband's pictures, even though he's been passed away now for 5 years, 5 or 6 or 7 years, something like that. And the guy she's dating now wants her to take all those pictures down because he's a part of her life now. She's like, I ain't. So anyway, she got you all's opinion on that the other day. So you have to find that. I forget which day it is. Okay, wait. Linda just said what it is. Hold on. Can I tear off this paper here? Yeah, let me tear off this paper. Okay, I want to hang this on the wall. Picturesque. Hold on, let me find it over here. I can't read it over there. Picturesque. I know Linda's saying she over there trying to spell this. Passion. Picturesque passion and Man on the Wall. Okay, I just want to hang it on the wall because I do not want to forget that. We start creating the stuff for that. All right, now, what's going on in the chat? What am I missing in the chat? What's happening in the chat? Okay, I don't know what's going on in the chat, but I told y'all the chat belonged to the mod. So whatever happens in the chat, happens in the chat. I ain't really got too much to say about it. Unless it's about me. Then I'm going to jump in it. If it's about me, I'm getting in. I'm tagging myself in. Y'all ain't got to worry about it. Okay, anyway, get the membership because in the membership, we're going to be doing the Dear So What You Think. So I've already gotten a couple things submitted that we will also be discussing and giving our opinions to the people, giving the people what they need. We are the new Dear Abby of the intranet, okay? But we're going to do that in-house. You never know who the person is. No one will know who you are. If you want to email us at sowhatyouthinking@gmail.com, then you can submit your situation. No one will know who you was that sent it. It ain't even got to be your situation. You may want to ask some advice for somebody else. You may want to make something up and send it in and we talk about it. I don't know. But we like real situations though, And I already have some updates for you guys on Picturegate. I have text messages and everything for y'all. So when we have that on the in the membership, you will get a chance to catch up on what happened. And VAR, it was said that they especially appreciated what you had to say. They thought you had the best thing to say. That's what they said. That's what she said. All right. So let's open up these lines officially. Did I already do the membership? No, I didn't. Get yourself a membership. And I'm going to tell you why.
What's your password?
Gatekeepers.
I tried it.
to Membership Island.
And whatever happens in the membership stays in the membership. So, shh, tell them, Richard.
Let me in here.
All right, you guys, I'm opening up the lines. The link is down there. Give me a minute, too, while y'all do that. The lines are now open, and you know you want to gossip, so,
Share what you thinking, what's on your mind? Share what you thinking, hey, what's on your mind? Share what you thinking, what's on your mind? Share what you thinking, hey, what's on your mind? Say what you thinking, what's on your mind? Say what you thinking, hey, what's on your mind? Say what you thinking, what's on your mind? Say what you thinking, hey, what's on your mind? Hey,
come on up here. You know you want to gossip.
That's why you my best friend.
Y'all know that's why y'all my best friend. Y'all's why you my best friend. All right, let me take this picture down. Okay, why you not moving? What is going on here? Every now and then this computer want to act a fool. Why are you not moving? Hold on, y'all. Let me go out of the thing and come back. Hold on, you guys. Okay, yeah, my screen froze, so I had to leave and come back out so I can take this picture down. All right, so we had some ground to cover this week. Some things went on. Let me drop this link again because ain't nobody back here waiting, but I will post up my own. Okay, let me post the link again. Okay, because we have things to cover this week. We have to talk about Vanessa. No. I want to talk about Ted. I don't want to forget about this. Ted and June. What? Because this week was some things that went on. Bill and Haley, Trouble in Paradise. I see you, Miss Lil. Hang out for a second. Bill and Danny. Why was he jealous? Doug. Oh, definitely our Dougie Doug. Okay. And what else happened this week, you guys, that we don't want to forget? Because I don't care nothing about asking him if he going to tell her he walking or not, because she going to walk in on him soon enough. I ain't got that child. Lord, okay. This way. Okay. Well, let me bring Miss Lil up. Oh wait, was there something? Let me look down my thing for a minute before I do that. It seems like there was something else. No, I think we're good. All right, so first things first, let's talk about Danny and Haley and their situation. Hey, Miss Lil, how you doing tonight?
Fine, hi, how are you?
Pretty good.
How is your mom?
She's doing good. She's back home.
That's good. I've been praying for her.
Thank you very much. Yeah, she's doing good.
Good.
I think I just heard her pass my door going to the kitchen.
Oh.
Uh-huh. She and they're trying to get them to keep her
Lord.
to take some more tests. I said, lady, they ain't found them. When you come on from up out of here, I'm gonna have them test my thyroid, cause it could be something with that. Like, girl, if you don't come on. But thank you very much for that. How's your daddy tonight?
Oh, sleepy, but other than that, he's okay.
What? Okay.
Yeah, I think we both have been a little bit upset over, Doug. That just really got me.
About Doug?
Yes.
I don't know. Why were you so upset about Doug?
What really bothered me was the fact that they took a man who was a cardiologist. Now, this man has studied 12 to 14 years. He's taken hearts, held them in his hands, stopped them for 9 hours, put them back, spoke to them and told them to beat again. But yet you give him the social behavior of a fifth grader. And to me, it's just so demeaning. It just really bothered me that he of a fifth grader where you have a woman that is even belonged to an escort club, that you would just beg her to be with you, and you begged her to go on a honeymoon, and she had to put you off, but she went on with her lover. It was just too much.
And what did you think about it, Dad?
It was horrible.
Really? What was your feelings about it?
Doug has to be one of the weakest characters on the entire show. I just don't like how to present him. Horrible. Just horrible.
I agree with your mom that the fact that he was such
even though he was a cardiologist, people treated him like he was garbage. People treated him like he was a resource to be used.
Sometimes people who have a lot of education like that can be like that sometimes.
Well, that's true. They don't have to. Your social abilities won't always be up with your academic abilities or your spiritual abilities. You find very few people that probably hit that 70, 77 all the way across. But this is just such. You go from a cardiologist down to not even able to solve a middle school or a social problem. It's just too much. And to me, I think it's because personally, I hate to see men in my ethnic group demeaned and made to be little. And I know it wasn't just because if he was of the other persuasion, they probably would have done the same thing. But it was just horrible. Then you got this chick or this wife over here who's doing all these extra things, and you're groveling and you're begging. While we should not be prideful and entitled, we should have self-respect. And when it comes right down to it, self-respect will say, if this is what's going to happen, then I will gracefully walk away. But you don't have the courage to walk away. You don't have the courage to stand up and say to her, these boundaries will not be broken. If they do, we're going to go. You let her push you. And it's to me, it was just so demeaning.
I think that, like you said, for him to have spent so many years studying and to have been so accomplished, this was a sad way for like that he out of all the people we'd want to go out. But I don't think Doug is gone.
I hope not. Oh, I hope.
I don't think Doug is gone either because they didn't show body, and usually when they don't show body in soap operas, that means that person has a chance of coming back.
Yeah.
That's what happened with Luna recently on The Bold and the Beautiful, although the producers squandered their chance to make Luna a different person. Now they've got to make her a criminal again, and there's no going back this time.
Do you think there's a chance that with what Leslie said today that she's about to change up her character, or you think no?
No, I tell you the truth. I am very uncomfortable with Leslie. I've seen too much of that bad girl, and particularly when you are so narcissistic that you put yourself in front of your child. I do not trust that, but I believe she's playing some kind of a game. Remember, you said you didn't know if Peaches was playing her or she was playing Peaches. But
Mm-hmm.
when Peaches first came on, I thought Miss Jen would like this. Her wig looks better. And then even you got on and you said that the wig was a better looking wig because
Mm-hmm.
before you said it was like a $7 Tim you.
It did. Look, I don't like wearing wigs. I gotta wear one for this occasion. I thought to myself, I hope this ain't looking like Peach's wig. Because I'm not a
Oh,
wig wearer like that. So I may mess around had that thing sitting up there around. And pray I don't get out there and the thing fall off. Hold on one second. You are hold on one second for me. So in the meantime, what did you guys think about Trouble in Paradise with Bill and Haley?
oh, oh. Bill, Bill is just confusing to me. Now he shows all of this attention to Danny. He acts like he really, really, really likes her when he's with her. When the daughter was gone, she's lying in his arms on the stairs. He's treating her just like a person who's courting his wife. But then he gets back home and he tells Haley, "Well, I've already made it clear that you're my wife and I love you, and Dan and I will never be again." But why would you? Even Naomi asked him, "Why would you give Mom hope? Why would you?" Even though you were mourning for your daughter, since you are not her legal husband now, do you have rights for her to lie in your arms?
Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But I think that, first of all, I don't know who picked this outfit for, excuse me, for Haley,
Yeah.
but this thing matched this whole living room. It does. I'm not understanding this outfit now. They done lost me right here. Mm-mm. Hey, Var, welcome to the stage.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening.
Hi.
Hmm. So, what y'all think about Ted and June, though?
Oh my goodness, I believe June and Ted both found each other attractive.
I think they did too.
And June is a cute little thing.
Ain't she though?
She's different from the Naomi, the taller, the taller and the slender. But June is just, I mean, Miss, I thought about you, Miss G,
Mm.
Miss Jen, because you always talk about these women with these how should I put it? Well, anyway, you wouldn't want your husband to be anywhere around
No.
them. Yes. And June has got that, but she's a tiny little thing with that. Makes it so interesting. And
Hmm.
she has such a beautiful personality. And I looked at her, she's a beautiful girl. And Ted, I think Ted really, really, really was kind of fascinated with her.
I think in real life they're friends or something. I've
Oh,
seen pictures. I think Real Talk sent me a picture of them together, but somebody else sent me the same picture. But I've seen that picture of them before, of them on a red carpet event. But
oh,
I'm gonna see if I can find it and upload it. But she is the cutest. When I tell you that
she
she got a perfect little shape.
Oh, honey, I thought about you when I saw that. My goodness, there would be no need for BLM at all.
Mm-mm.
These black women need to stop this foolishness in a way. But honey, she's really got it. And she's a cute little thing. And the way she walks, she's got that swagger. She's a cute little thing, just a
She
baby
is,
doll.
and
And her daughter,
she
if you
got
put
such a sweet manner.
yes, if you put them together, the daughter and her looked like they could really be mother and daughter. And even when Smitty talked down to her, she never defended herself. Because one thing I don't like about, yes, we've made many, many mistakes. We've done many, many things that are wrong. But when you use a person's mistake or the weakness to snap them or put them back in their place, I'm beginning not to like Smitty because when he said to her, "I was there when you signed the contract, You gave them away. He sounded almost like she just threw them in the trash. She was in no condition to take care of them. She was using drugs. Maybe she did them a favor to let them go somewhere so they could help. Because you remember Terrell said there were many nights they were in a cold apartment with no heat. So she did the good thing to let them go. But for Smitty to throw up in her face, you are raising the products of her DNA. You need to watch yourself, mister, because you're getting on the wrong line with me. I don't like that at all. Yes, she has been out of control. She also had a mental disorder. All of these things that went on. You just have to be careful how you speak to people.
I just want to know what he meant by that. I was there when you signed those papers. I want to know what that means.
I guess he meant when she signed to give up her parental rights. That's what
Mm-hmm.
I thought. That's what he meant because he was reminding her, I guess, that she no longer had a say in their lives because, or it sounded like he was accusing her of having thrown them away. But
Mm-hmm.
she admitted she was not capable of taking care of them, and she's very thankful that they have good parents. Even when
Mm-hmm.
she was talking to her daughter, she said to her, she always reminds her, run everything by your parents and be obedient to your parents because
Mm-hmm.
she considers them their parents. But Smitty seemed like he had now Martin. When we first started the show, so many people, including me, had issues with Martin's attitude. He had no patience. He was just snapping. Martin seemed to be much more understanding. Smitty is really acting. I don't know. He's just. I'm not liking him so much now.
Mm.
I gotta take I gotta take
Smitty
the
is
opposing
horrible
side of that
now.
one.
Smitty is horrible now. I mean, he's one of the characters besides Nicole who has done a complete 180.
Mm-hmm. Miss Lil, this is June in real life. That's her and Ted.
Oh my gosh. Oh my lord. They are a cute couple.
Doesn't she look like
That's
Haley
June,
though?
Oh
really?
yeah,
Yeah, that's
she's cute.
June. Yeah. Doesn't she look
She
like Haley?
Oh, you know what? If you look at her from this way with the long hair, yes, she and Haley could look alike. And but Haley is not as as mature in the hips as she is. But yes, they're a beautiful couple. She's cute, but I always thought.
Var, ain't he standing there with her like that's his girlfriend?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like the
Got
look
his
on his
hand around her
face.
hip.
Yes,
But I gotta take the opposing side to that whole Smitty situation
uh-huh.
a little bit.
Okay.
For one, they had a closed adoption.
Mm-hmm.
So by them having a closed adoption, that means they didn't want it to have a chance that the mom could come back up or anybody and find out who was the real parents. And the fact that they opened that up was kind of wrong. And I can feel the animosity that Smitty would have towards her.
But now you got
Um,
to remember, June did not go looking for them. Naomi's husband found June. Remember,
it doesn't
Naomi.
matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter who though. The end result is still the same. And the end result is the fact that she's coming in the picture now, and that brings up a lot of bad memories for the kids, and it brings up a lot of bad memories for Smitty as well. And
But
when you
the
have
but
that,
the daughter asked her parents if she could talk to her mother. They offered her Nicole, Grandma Nicole, and Great Grandma Grand. She said, I would prefer my mother. And Martin thought that was okay. Now, I do agree that Martin should have told Smitty that he told her that was okay. But for Smitty to talk to her like that, you were there when she signed the papers, that's beside the point of being there when she signed the papers. She did not go anywhere. She's not broken any rules. The daughter asked for permission to talk. She did not want this information from Nicole, nor did she want it from great grandmama Grand. She said, I want to talk to my mother. And Martin thought it was okay, but Martin didn't tell Smitty that he was taking her to meet June, and I think he should have done that. But yes, Smitty told, what do you mean you were there when she signed the papers? You might have been there when she signed the papers, but she hasn't broken any rule. She even denied she had children when they first started questioning her about kids when her mind was bad. She said, I don't have any children. Her sister's the one who identified those children. She never went one day looking for those children, but Naomi's husband found June. Now, if they have a bone to pick, they need to pick the bone with Naomi's husband.
But
Now
it's
I
not
wanna
about.
also just say
But
that it was Smitty's. Smitty said to her, "I was there when you
Yeah,
signed the papers."
he said
And
yeah,
that.
I'm saying, what does he mean he was there when she signed the papers? Because did he act like he knew her when he was at the house? No. Has Martin said that he knew or had seen or knew who she was? No. So that whole sentence just threw me.
He
yeah, but
said
that's a
I was
deeper.
there,
I'm
and he
sorry.
said in a very angry tone, "I was there
But
when
that's
you
what
signed the
like.
papers."
I wanted to finish this thought. Like
Hmm.
the whole situation is they had a private adoption. Well, granted, it wasn't June's fault. She didn't break any rules, no. But you got to see from the other side. If you are an adoptive parent and you adopted a kid and it's supposed to be sealed, and somehow, whatever, for whoever fault, it gets open. You don't want that other parent's interference in raising your kid.
But
That
why
is
don't?
his
Okay, why
decision. That is
they
that
didn't
is
have
their
to?
that hold on. That is his decision and Martin's decision to make. And it's not even the kids because they're not 18. Now, once they turn 18, they can do what they want to do, decide what they want to decide.
But
But I can
June
feel
didn't
the
arrange this
frustration.
meeting though. June didn't
No,
arrange this
she
meeting.
didn't, but she still is trying to facilitate a relationship with the kids, even though the adoptive parents don't want it to happen.
Martin gave the daughter permission. She did not go behind their backs. June has not encouraged them at all to be disobedient to their parents.
No, June didn't do anything wrong. I'm not saying
Right.
she did. She didn't do anything wrong. I'm talking about the perspective that you would take as a parent. He's mad at June. He's mad at Martin. It's like, yo, the bigger picture is he want her to stay out of their lives. Period. It's not the fact that June did anything wrong. It's the fact that I'm the parent. This is what I decided to do. And for real, we can have a lot of compassion for June, but people relapse. It's
He
like
did
suppose she
say that. He
relapse.
did say
Suppose
that they
she
should stay
falls out
out of.
of their lives. I don't want them to go through that. So
He did
therefore,
say that.
yes, I'm mad at you.
He did say that
Yeah.
that was okay. That was out of but they agreed. Martin and Smitty agreed. We will talk to the children. The last choice will be theirs.
That
Tyrell
was
said,
that one situation.
yeah, he said, I
It
don't want to
wasn't
see
on a
her anymore.
continuing basis though. That was that one
But the thing
situation.
about it of it is, do you understand this? She's not trying to have any input in raising them.
I'm not blaming June. I'm
The
strictly coming
daughter,
from the
the
Go
daughter
ahead.
wants the daughter would like to know her mother in a different way. She wants to know what her mother was like when she was a teenager. What was it like growing up? How did you get off track? She wants to know these things. She's 16 years old, and I think she should be given the right to know these things. In 2 more years, she's going to be going to college anyway. Let her talk to her mother. It's not like she's 5 or 6 years old and you're afraid of losing her. They children will always know who their parents are, and they will
Mhm.
always see Smitty and Martin as their parents. But Smitty is just being mean, and I don't agree with it at all. And as
Very
Miss
mean.
Jean
She's
said,
being very
what do you
mean.
mean? I was there when you signed the papers, and they acted like they didn't even know who June was when she came to
You-
see them. So who thinks they might have paid somebody to adopt those children?
Right.
We don't know what they
every,
did.
everybody's forgiveness levels are different. You know what I
Right.
mean? So your forgiveness level right now that you may have for her may be different than his. And I can't say me personally, if I was in that situation, that my forgiveness level might be that low.
You don't
I
have
might
anything
not be
to
willing
forgive.
to
You
forgive.
don't have anything to forgive.
You
She
hurt
brought
somebody
two
that I
children. She
love. I
brought two
got you. But
children into the world,
it doesn't
and
matter. But before,
the only reason you are a parent today is because she gave birth to those kids. Because the situation that you're in, you can't even produce. You can't even produce. You would have to have a woman that would carry the sperm for you, to carry the egg and carry the baby for you.
birthing don't
So
give
And
you the
here's
ultimate
the
privilege.
wait.
there's
Is
no
what
Hold
you
on.
do
Hold on.
once you birth the kid.
Hold on.
It's
And
really
here's the
like
wait, hold on.
go
Here's
ahead.
the thing. Here's the thing. When you make the choice to adopt children that come from parents that have control substance issues,
Hmm.
then you are also inviting in the possibility of the things that may come with that down the road. Fortunately for them, June did not find them when she was still abusing substances. But when they told her that they didn't want, her to be a part of the kid's life, June said she accepted that. And she said, I just thank you so much for letting me see them. And June went on about her way.
That's right.
Hmm.
The kids decided no, or the girl decided no, I think I still want to get to know my mom.
That's right.
And so then they told her, well, let us talk about it, but they agreed that in the end they would let it be the kids' decision. Now, the only thing that went wrong here is what Martin did. Martin didn't let Smitty know, because she went to her dad and said, "This is what I want to do," and he said, "We're not gonna tell Smitty,
Exactly.
but you can go meet her." So where things really went wrong, like Miss Lil said, if there's a bone to pick, the bone to pick is with Martin. Because Martin is the
Absolutely.
one who put everybody in the situation that they're in now, but June hasn't done anything wrong.
Even when Smith
And that's
spoke
what
down to June, she was still respectful. She looked sad, but she was still respectful.
Yeah, because see, I would have snapped.
He reminded her of her past. Why would you like when somebody remind you of your past? Yes, her past was colorful. It was not beautiful. The children may have been hungry. They may have been cold. But without her, she made.
But that's nothing to gloss over, though. Like that's that. Like I said, June did nothing wrong. So I must reiterate that statement. June did nothing wrong. But I can understand the vitriol that Smitty would have towards her, because Smitty does not want her nowhere near the kids, and rightfully so. As a parent, I get to make that decision. Yes, you gave birth to these kids, absolutely, but you gave them up and you did not treat them well when you had them.
So what is it you're
So
saying that you think June did wrong here?
I said June did nothing wrong. I said, but I understand. All I'm saying is, it seems like the conversation was like Smitty was completely out of left field
He
and
was out of
fulfilling how he felt.
Smitty was wrong for reading her like he did. But at the same time, Smitty don't know why that girl is there. Smitty don't know. He just walks in and goes off on June. June ain't done nothing. The girl said, she called and said, "Hey, can I meet with you?" Her daddy brought her down there. So what was June to think?
And after he dogged June out, she never defended herself. She lowered her face, a very sad look on her face, and she was thankful that her children had parents. That was class. She has more class in her little finger than that blank has
This
in
man, her whole body.
Oh yes.
His whole body. Yep, that's right.
Oh
That's
man.
right. That's right.
Bilo Didi asks Uvar, "Is there room for forgiveness?"
Absolutely. Like I said, forgiveness levels vary. You know what I mean?
Oh, I think we lost you. Did you hit mute on your phone?
Hello?
Okay, we hear you now.
On my screen talking about. I said
Okay.
forgiveness happens. Everybody has different forgiveness levels. And like I said, like I don't think that June did anything wrong at all. She didn't. But I understand now this what Smitty did, what he did was right. No, he wasn't right. I'm just saying I understand the place that he was coming from,
Fear.
because he just don't want her nowhere near his kids. And I
But
can understand that.
where does he get off reminding her of I was there when you signed the papers, as if she's got to be reminded? She knows she gave her parental rights up.
His approach was wrong. But I get where his anger comes
You're just
from.
saying that you understand Smitty feeling the way he did with the information he had.
Yes. I said from the beginning, June did nothing wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Smitty, his approach was wrong. It was no tack involved in it at all. But I can understand how he could feel the way he feels. You know, just because you have that kind of anger or you might have that disdain to her does not mean that you have to display it. So I'm not saying what he did was right. I'm not saying I would have handled it the same way, but I get where he's coming from.
What did you think about the advice that June gave to Samantha?
Excellent. Excellent. She did nothing wrong.
Right.
She the character that June plays is almost perfect.
Yeah. I mean,
Like
listen, when that girl the first time she showed up on screen, I said, this lady is a really great actress. I think all I can see is that they're gonna have to expand her role, because this lady is acting, man.
yeah, June is perfect.
Yeah.
She's perfect. And now that she's off the drugs, she's a real catch. She's one of the most it seems like might be one of the most moralist people on the show.
I hope it stays that way.
If that's a word, I don't know if that's a word or not.
But we understand what you're talking about.
That get to know who you are, get to know what your desires are, get to be familiar with the things that you want. You can put boys on back burners. Don't
Yeah,
allow them to push you around and you got to go groveling to them. I mean, that's sane information. That's the information a sane mother would give to her children. But she also reminded Samantha that you have parents at home and run things by your parents. Now, if she was trying to come between them, she wouldn't encourage them to to also let their parents know what they were doing before they
See, we see all that, but Smitty does not see all that. And even if he did see all that, I don't even think he would care. I don't need no more chefs in my kitchen. I don't need somebody trying to come in and possibly trying to be a parent to my child.
But
And
she
I'm
doesn't
talking.
want what you have to
No, what
offer,
I'm saying,
and you can't give her what she needs. She told you when she was offered Grandma Nicole, her great grandmother Grant, she said, "I want my biological mother."
see, when you adopt a kid, right? When you adopt a kid in the way that they adopt it, meaning a closed adoption and everything like that, that means I don't want the mom coming up, popping up, trying to find the kids. I want it to be a secret. I don't never want that lady in these kids' lives again. And when people
that's not
sign
your
these
choice.
closed adoption, yes,
That's
it
not
is.
your choice. No, it's not.
That's your choice when you do the adoption.
I'm saying
This
that's
is
not, but it's not your choice for real in the end.
it's supposed to be when you sign a closed adoption.
That's
The
not your
mom,
choice in the end of it all.
what you mean it's not your choice? I'm
It's
confused.
not your choice in the end of things. And the end of it is the children's choice. I don't care if you close it, lock it, throw it down the street. If these children want to know where they come from, they have a right to know where they come from.
No, no, right and no, not right. You can't really say right because they don't really have the right.
They have the
Um,
right. You have the right
they
to know who you
should
are.
have the privilege. No, you should have the privilege, but legally you don't. Legally, Martin and
Listen,
Smitty does not have to let
your fear may
June.
lead you to say, I don't want, listen, I see what you're saying. Like on one hand, you don't want them to show up and be able to get the kids. But if something happens even during that time and the kid says, I want to know who my parent is, your fear can't stop you from letting somebody know who they people are.
What you
Number
should
one,
do and
you could
what
be
you got to
getting
do is two
married
different
today.
things.
Number two, you need to know your medical history. It's a lot of things that you're gonna need to know. So maybe it's babies, that's one thing. But once you're old enough and I want to know who my mom is, I want to see what I look like, I want to know,
That's right.
where I come from. You can How you gonna deny a child that just
I
because you
agree
decided
with
you're
you.
gonna raise them?
And then on
I
top of
agree with
that,
you
if you
wholeheartedly, but
really
they
want to
have
get
closed
if
adoptions for a reason.
if you want to
For
get
fear.
someone, then why don't you go after the sergeant who opened up who found her? Don't put it off on June. Don't take your anger and gaslight June. Go after Naomi's husband.
I mean
Why?
that part too, but June is the one that's popping up, and Smitty
No,
don't
she's
want
not
her
popping up.
around.
She's not popping up.
Meaning,
June.
apparently, like in his eyes, like June is the one that came to the house. Yeah, I mean, June is the one that's sitting down with his daughter. And at the end of the day, it's like that's something that he don't want. And like I said,
He
like it
gave
should
June
be.
permission to come to the house at one time. But what I am saying to you, okay, if you want to keep it all legal and tight, let's let the children, even though the daughter really wants to know her mother, let you and you've decided that you would go when they can be when a parent can always be there to find out what's going on. But since you got so much backbone and so much guts, Mr. Smitty, why don't you go after the sergeant who found June? That's what you need to do. Leave June alone because you will not be abusing and talking down to her. Because I could have gone through that screen and got him. It wouldn't have taken much for me to put my hands around his neck. You just don't do that. You
And I
don't
heard
take
something
a
earlier.
person's past and try to hold it over their head, blackmail them. Yes, she was in sin. Yes, she did wrong. Yes, all of that stuff is in the past. But what if my Heavenly Father held against me all the things that I've done? Many times, grace and mercy have slapped hands and I've gotten away. I've gotten a pass. So how dare you dog her out? She's in a position where you can stand tall and look down on her, and I don't appreciate that.
But are we the arbiters of forgiveness? Like you can't really tell somebody when to forgive
I didn't say
or
anything
how to
about
feel.
forgiveness. I said talking to her, talking down to her. She has nothing to be forgiven of. You are raising the children that she gave birth to. She didn't come looking for you. Why don't you go after Naomi's husband?
That could be a thing too, but it's not a big deal. It's probably wasn't a big deal, but I think if it continues, it might be. You know,
And
yeah,
what is he
I
gonna
don't
do?
know.
You know what he'll mess around and do? Samantha will turn on him. You think you're
Oh yeah,
protecting her?
listen.
She will turn
Listen, if
on
I
you
was 16
like
and I wanted to know, if I was 16 and I wanted to know my biological parents or whatnot, then absolutely, by any means, I would want to have that handled. And you should not stop a kid from, if they want you, getting to know their biological parents. All that said, though, like I said, once again, I can understand the anger, I can understand the frustration, and I can understand the fact that when people have sealed adoptions, they want it to remain a secret. And yes, a kid should know their background, but people give their kids up. People, not everybody knows their background.
Okay,
Some
hold on
people
one
get
second.
put up for adoption and never find their parents.
Hold on one second, because that's funny. Velo Didi looked at this up the same time I did. It says in closed adoptions, adoptive parents do not know the identities of the birth parents and have no
Hmm.
contact with them, as well as identifying information remains confidential. However,
Yep, and that's what it was
the
supposed to be.
adoptive parent, yeah, but I'm saying Smitty said I was there
Yeah, I
when
know,
you
but
signed those papers. Okay, so I'm saying in a closed adoption, you do not know the birth parents, you do not get any information about them. However, the adoptive parent will receive the child's medical background information. A child's
mhm.
original birth certificate is sealed and can only be accessed by the adult adoptee through a legal process or DNA testing.
Yep.
So
So until they
that's
turn
why I'm
18.
saying I'm confused why Smitty said I was there when you signed those papers.
Well, they did probably did messing with the Duprees and different things of that nature. He probably just didn't even. I probably just didn't even say that he knew June.
They bought
So he
them
probably
kids.
lied about this
they
situation.
probably
They
bought those
bought them
But
papers.
kids.
Yeah, they bought
They
those
bought them
papers. I bet
kids.
they did.
you think they bought it off of June?
Because
Whoever, they bought them kids.
see, it's something mighty funny about that. If what Miss Jen just said, what she just read, you're not even to know the physical identity of the children. Of course, you will know the ethnic background from the way they look, but you wouldn't recognize the parents if you saw them at church. So why all of a sudden now, Smitty is on his high horse to remind June about her throwing the kids away? He was there when she signed the document.
Maybe he was doing a piece or something on homeless people, or whatever. And he might have been around and seen her there. I don't know anything.
Well,
Anything.
then that's possibility that he did know her from the streets. But what Miss Jen has pointed out, it couldn't be considered closed if you know the physical appearance of the parents. You can't know that. You can know the medical history, the educational background, maybe the spiritual background, but to know the physical appearance of the parents, it can't be closed. How can he say that he was there when she signed the papers? And those kids were adopted as like 7 and 8 or 7 and 9. They were not adopted as infants.
Can y'all hear me? I'm sorry.
Velo Didi said it
Yeah,
wasn't a closed adoption.
I thought they mentioned it was a closed adoption. They said, that's why we had the adoption closed. They had a
I don't
conversation, I
know.
believe,
I
at
don't know.
one
I'm just
point in
saying
time on the
Velo said it.
show.
I don't know. I'm saying I
But
don't know. I'm
whether
just saying what Velo said.
but even whether it's closed or open or whatnot, once you adopt a kid, the parents still don't have the rights to come up and be in that kid's life. Like they don't. The closed adoption is just an extra protection, so to actually hide the kids from the original birth parents. That's just an added layer of protection. But whether it's an open adoption or not, whether you adopted the kid from your next door neighbor or somebody down the street, you still don't have no rights when you come back 15 years later, change your life up. You can't come for them kids like that. You have no rights.
June is not. She's not trying
I'm
to
not
act.
saying that she is.
She's
I'm
not
saying
asking for
Smitty
no
feel as
rights.
though Smitty feels as though him being a parent is being encroached on by her. That's like how he's feeling. Like you're
Well,
encroaching on
he
our
feels.
situation.
I feel a lot of things as a woman, as a black woman, but I can't project those feelings off on society and just go out and do what I want to do.
You can do what you want. You just
I
choose not
still
to.
have lines to stay within, and just because you are feeling uncomfortable because those kids are not physically a part of your DNA, that does not give you the right to dog walk this woman when she's done nothing but be respectful. She's even telling the daughter, run everything by your parents
He
first.
don't know all that.
Your
He
parents.
don't know all
I
that.
heard it. I heard it at the table when
No,
she
I
was
said
so
he don't know all that.
well. Then maybe if he would get off his high horses and stop being so stuck up in his feelings.
Not the high horse.
Isn't the fact that he's white? Are we having this conversation because he's white?
Well, that's not
Huh?
necessarily so. No,
I heard it at the
I
beginning
think
a little bit before I came in.
I think he's a pretty
Oh,
good.
I didn't see
When
it.
I
I didn't
first
hear
when
that.
we first started the show,
Yeah,
I actually
look,
liked him a
look,
lot, and
look
his
bad upon.
ethnicity does not make any
We
difference
do got to.
as
We
far as
do got to admit it hit different when you see a white guy talking down to a black person, and no matter what the situation may be, it kind of hit a little different. Like we got to admit that you kind of feel a little bit of a way when you see that happening.
oh, you mean
Well,
because he
I
talked
mean,
down
you
to
know
her?
what? Let me tell you the truth. I didn't think anything about anybody's race when I was listening to him talking to her. I just thought he had a lot of nerve talking to June like that
That's what I
because,
was talking about
yeah, I
too.
mean, honest to God, I didn't even think about the fact that he was this white guy talking to this black girl like that. No, I was just thinking he was just out of pocket talking to June like that because June hadn't done anything. And like Miss Lil said, she was still being so sweet. Because baby, my first words would have been, first of all, who you think you talking to?
Absolutely.
Oh, absolutely. June did nothing wrong.
But
June did
June looked down with a
nothing wrong.
sad look on her face, and then she said she humbled herself to almost apologize. And you see this kind of a behavior, and I don't think it had nothing to do with Smitty being white, because actually, when I first started watching the show, I always preferred Smitty over Martin. At that time, Smitty was more gentle and seemingly more able to connect emotionally with people. But now Smitty has just gotten out of
I
pocket.
think Smitty is like Doctor like Doctor Nicole. He's
I
stressed out.
totally agree.
He's
Those
stressed
are the
out.
two characters that changed the most.
He's stressed out, man. He
Because
can't
he
take
was
no
the
more.
one that was already always bargaining for the children. He bargained for Samantha to be able to have to have some association with with young men. Martin was 100% against it, but then she was able to bring a young man to the home because Terrell had brought his girlfriend to the home. So Smitty was really a nice person, and not because of his ethnicity. I didn't that didn't bother bother me then because I really thought he was a nice person. But like on the end here, now he's just gotten so out of control. The reason I'm not liking him, not because of his ethnicity. And when he was talking down to June, I never thought of him as a white man talking down to a black woman. I didn't look at it that way. I think because he's integrated himself so much into that family, his being white doesn't necessarily always stand out as far as I'm concerned. But the way he spoke to her and the way she became so sad, and then even after he had spoken down to her, she humbled herself to almost apologize. And by that time, I was ready to put my hands around his neck.
Mm. Now I want to bag up and go back to this picture right here. What did y'all think about when Bill had told her? He said, "I done got sick and tired of having to reassure you that you the only one, and your insecurities, I ain't about to do it." What y'all think about that?
I think he put her right in her place.
She said, "You better not compartmentalize me, Bill Hamilton."
Oh yeah, I heard that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
She was right.
Mm-hmm.
She
Now
was
what
right.
about look here? Now what about this part when Bill went stomping over to Danny's house? What say we to this?
and she did have a point there. Both of those girls are over 21.
Mm-hmm.
So what the lifestyle
He
that
said he was going to check on his family.
yeah, the lifestyle that his daughter is living is her business. What are you protecting her from? I
Mm.
I, I didn't understand that. I do agree with Haley there. They're both over 21. What are you protecting I'll just say Chelsea from, because Naomi is married and gone. What are you protecting her from?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Somebody said they think it. Bilo Didi says she think it's the beginning of the end with Haley and Bill. I mean Haley and Bill.
But Bill, I believe, and I was just telling E did it earlier, as smart as Bill is, as much as he has on the ball, I truly believe for some reason he has closed his mind off to the schemes that Haley might be into. I don't think he look at her with the criminal mind, with the mind of doing a criminal assessment. So she may be able to get things over on him for a little while longer.
You
Because
know,
now whoever
She
has
only,
everybody going to the hospital and you're telling me that your body has rejected the product of conception, but there was no need for you to stay. They did no DNC. You didn't have to go back to make sure you didn't hemorrhage. They didn't send you home with inspection instructions. None of that made no kind and Bill just went right along with him.
nah, he kind of didn't though. You forgetting one big picture that kind of gives Bill a little bit of leeway when it comes to that. He actually went to the doctor's visit with her. He went to the
Oh,
examination.
that was the return visit, but I'm talking about the night
Yeah,
that he was on his way out.
but
It
that
takes
kind
the
of that
most
kind of
for you.
answered any questions that he might have had.
But listen, if you're in an emergency and you're hemorrhaging, your friend gonna drive you to the hospital in a car. You get there. The doctors now how you gonna be triaged? You're gonna be checked. How much of what was the blood loss? Do they need to worry about her further hemorrhaging? Did the whole product of conception pass, or could some could be retained, which you could end up with sepsis later on? All of these things, and you come home within an hour
You
sitting up on the couch.
you
That doesn't make any sense.
I think I feel the same way, but I think he's digging his TV for one, and for two, it's like he got his like he insisted on going to the doctor's visit with her the next day. So he goes to the doctor visit, and I get your concerns. Like I might have had concerns too, but the next day, if I go to the doctor's with my wife and they ask you, yo, do you want to come in or do you want to stay outside? And I choose to go in while she's getting examined by somebody that's a so-called doctor. I feel as though she's a doctor. She's in the hospital. She got to get up on. So, and then the doctor checks her out and tells you, yo, she's doing good. Everything's fine with her. Blah blah blah. I would have no reason to doubt that anymore. Like,
But you
like
got
why
to
would I doubt it?
remember, even a wife can tell the doctor there are certain things I don't want my husband to know, and he can't do.
But he was there doing an examination, and the doctor, I wouldn't think that the doctor would lie to me. So it's like, I'm in there while you're examining my wife after a so-called miscarriage, and you're telling me that, she's doing quite well from the miscarriage, and y'all can start trying to have babies in the next 6 months. So the doctor, and I'm not saying that's a real doctor, by the way, but far as from the outside, from the inside, if I was on the inside and I had the so-called doctor telling me these things, I wouldn't quabble. I wouldn't stress too much about that part. I can understand where Bill wouldn't even worry about it or think that anything was up because he got it from a so-called doctor.
Yeah, well, I'm
Mhm.
not disagreeing with you, but what I am saying, Bill has a critical mind, and people with critical minds like to connect dots. You just pointed it out, all the steps that I just said tonight that you would go through with when you lose a baby. If your body rejects a baby and you have a spontaneous abortion, all those steps you go through, you would try to connect. Now he might not be that detailed because he's not a nurse, but he didn't connect any dots. You just lost a baby. With just an hour or so when I got the call. When I get to the hospital, you're already back at home. Don't you think that that would be a red flag?
That part, yeah, but I'm so critical. I'm super critical. I don't even think I would jump the gun to think that she had hired a fake doctor at the
Oh
hospital
no, I
to
don't
take
think
me into the
no.
examining room to tell me that she did have a miscarriage and that she's healing from the miscarriage and that we could start having babies in 6 months. I don't think that my wife would go through these steps to do that.
No.
So I can
I,
understand why Bill is not questioning her now because it
no,
just makes
I
sense.
agree with you. That part I'm not arguing with you about.
The day
But
before don't make no
you're
sense, and I
not
said it
hearing.
myself.
But you're not hearing what I'm saying. I agree with what you're saying there. But Why did he not question? I got this call over an hour and a half. I went to the hospital looking for you. They told me you've been discharged. You lost the baby. You're back at home. What did they tell you? What what are your chances are of him reaching or anything? He not he just took a, even the Naomi. Remember Naomi came over and Naomi didn't buy what Haley was selling, and then Haley got Naomi to agree not to mention it again, but she actually had lost the baby earlier. Remember, she got Naomi to do that. Even
Mhm.
Naomi is a lawyer. She's not a doctor or a nurse or a medical tech, but she asked Haley those questions. She sure did.
I
And
get it. Like I said, I agree with you. Those are all
Mm-hmm.
red flags the day before, but going forward, all my red flags would have been taken down. Yeah, he should have had those thoughts. And I'm wondering too, why he not worried about the fact that she was in and out the hospital so quickly. I had those thoughts, but all of those thoughts went away once he goes to the doctor. Even if he did have those thoughts, they would all go away once you go to the doctor and get her checked out, and the doctor tells you, hey, she had the miscarriage and she's healing good and y'all can start in 6 months. So I hear what you're saying, but he should have had those red flags. But I don't know. You can't explain everything. Sometimes you can be in grief. He could be in shock and he might not have been thinking the way he would be thinking if it was a normal situation.
well,
Mm-hmm.
that's
I can see
true.
that.
That's true. He might not have been
I,
thinking,
I can
but
see that. Grief,
I'm not
grief plays
talking
a
about.
part.
I'm not talking about the days going on, as you were saying, the next day of the rechecks and all of that. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying that first night, what would be your question? How could you get home within an hour and a half? Did they do any procedure on you? What did the doctor say? Are you at any risk? Will you get an infection? These are the things that I'm talking about that first night. The second day, as you said, when you went back and the doctor said everything was okay, you would have taken her word for it.
Question, you guys. Does Bill still love Danny?
I believe he still has some intense feelings for her, but from what he told Haley, and this is not answering your question, Danny never got over him because the first time she saw him, I guess she had some kind of connection. Of course, he was drawn toward her, because she's beautiful and all. But if he does, he's trying to cover it up. I
Mm-hmm.
have a feeling there's some strong feelings there. I don't know if it's love, lust, or I don't want to lose what was once mine.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Do you
Bar,
think
what do you
that do you
think?
think that his feelings for Danny is about to cause real problems, not just a passive problem with him and Haley?
I believe so, yes. Haley's
I
getting
think
more and more insecure.
Do you think Haley deserves it if it happens?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
What you think, Var?
I missed that last part. I was focused on my
Do you
statement. But
think
go ahead.
do you think that if Bill really have feelings for Danny, do you think Haley deserves that?
Does Haley deserve him having feelings for Danny?
Hmm. Like, does she deserve to feel the way she feels? And well, no, does she deserve to, yeah, to feel the way she feels if it turns out that, and it definitely looks like Bill still has some residual feelings for Danny?
Does she deserve to be hurt by Bill still having feelings for Danny?
Yeah, does she deserve it?
Yeah, I think she deserves everything that she gets.
Hmm.
Me and my wife was talking about it earlier in how you get them is how you lose them type situation.
Hmm.
So she got him by taking her away from Danny. So yeah, if she loses him that way, she deserves it.
Hmm.
Absolutely.
Okay. Hmm. What you think, Miss Lil? Miss Lil says she definitely does. Yeah, I forgot she said that.
I think she
Uh huh.
deserves it. I think when you have acquired something the wrong way, you can never be sure. Even if Bill had been a single man and not married, you can never be sure this is all yours because remember, if I steal something from someplace else, somebody can come and steal that same thing back from me. So she deserves it if she gets it. Yes, she absolutely. And then on top of that, and it was such a sneaky way. You became friends with his eldest daughter, and the two of you were play sisters, and then you slept with her dad. Now just think about that.
Mm-hmm.
After sleeping in the woman's bed,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's bad enough that you and Naomi were play sisters, but she brought you home to her mom as a surrogate daughter, and then you slept with her daddy.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's talk about let's see, let me go back up to these pictures. Give me 1 second. All right, let's talk
So,
about
oh,
Doug and Vanessa. I'm sorry, do you have something else you want to add?
yeah, since we was talking kind of briefly about the Danny situation, I would like to say as well, we had a conversation a few weeks ago, and Danny does not want anything to do with Andre long term. And I just want to touch on that, and they showing it more and more now than ever. She's really leaving herself open for Bill, and any chance that she can get to get back with Bill, she's willing to take it and throw Andre to the curb. And the same thing for Andre. Andre don't want her neither. So it's kind of an equal thing. Everybody was talking about how it was bad, how Andre was treating Danny. But in actuality, Danny never wanted Andre to begin with. Not on that type time. But we can move on.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah,
agree with
that.
you. I think they both. Well, Dana actually was hurting so bad after the wedding, she started to allowing Andre to come over for benefits, and this is how this got started. Now I don't know what put it in Andre's head to ask Danny if they could become a couple, but because before he approached, well, of course he knew Ashley. He didn't have a start with Ashley because he liked Ashley from the time the show came on, but Ashley was with Derek and he knew he didn't have it was no chance there. And then he kissed Ashley one time, and she told him to never ever do that again. So he knew that was not going to work. So it's almost like they became
Each other's crutch.
yeah, yeah, they just became consoling partners for each other, and they were enjoying themselves physically, but their hearts were not in it.
And
Andre,
despite whatever.
he wanted
Mm,
Ashley. He really wanted Ashley. Now I don't know if he would have done right by her. I don't know if it would have been wise for her to quit her job to talk about becoming a traveling nurse. Because when a man has had so many women and he's accustomed to night fly by night kind of thing, how long would it take before he get tired of you? So her mother might have been right there. That might not have been going to work, but still, I stand by. Andre wanted to experiment with Ashley. He wanted that. So no, I don't believe in his heart that he really, really, really wanted Danny that way. But he did ask her before Ashley broke up with Derek if they could become a couple. But it's amazing that one commentator said, and it was kind of funny that the way Nicole was talking to Andre, and he was very happy that Andre stood up for himself. You know, Nicole was talking to him like he was a child, and Andre said, "Well, we didn't need anybody's permission." But he was only 9 years old when she got him, so he is her child. I can
Mm-hmm.
see why she was him as a child. She raised him from the time he was 9 years old, so that she was
Mm-hmm.
talking to him like he was a child.
Mm-hmm.
but that's something any adult, well, not any, a lot of adults would tell to their parents that was trying to probably get on their case, like, I didn't need your permission, mom. You know what I mean? I'm an adult. I can do what I want to do. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Mm. All right. Well, where are we with the Joey and Vanessa whole situation?
One more thing before Joy and Vanessa, I
Mm-hmm.
wonder. Okay, since Ted and Nicole had Andre since he was 9 years old, and I don't know how their family works, but in my family, when someone comes in like that, they become my nephew.
Right.
And so, how did he grow up calling Danny Aunt Danny, or how did this? This is kind of weird because usually, and I don't know if they're typical African American families, but usually in foundational black families, when we bring someone into the fold, that person is one of us.
Right.
So if he came in at 9 years old, Danny
He's
would have
off.
been his
Yeah.
Aunt Danny, because I remember Bill telling Haley when he and Danny went on their honeymoon, Andre was still playing with blocks.
I think they play it loose for the show. I think certain aspects are not realistic just because it's TV.
Mhm.
Because
Mhm.
the way they make it seem like Andre's like pretty much just Chad's nephew. That's it. No connection to the family at all. And he's been around them like Miss Little was saying since like he was a
Mhm.
child. And even before his mom and dad passed away, I'm sure he probably was around then. I, so what happened? Hold on, let me figure this out real quick. Um Chad and Nicole didn't raise him though.
Until he was nine.
So
They got him when he was 9 years old. His parents were killed in a car accident, and
but did he go to live with Chad and Nicole? Did they raise him from
yes,
9 all the way up to an adult?
yeah, they
Because
raised him.
I'm
At the beginning of the show, you will hear when Miss Jen talks about the
I,
family.
you know what, I said that, and somewhere along the show, I think I was wrong. But don't quote me on that either. But it seems like I thought, oh, I didn't have that quite right. So because I
Yeah,
thought
because
they
it don't
had
make
him from a
sense.
baby, but I think his parents died when he
When he
was
was 9 years old. Yeah, they died when he
No, I
was
was he
thought he was an
9?
adult.
Yeah, because I think later I heard something different, and I thought, oh, wait a minute, that's wrong in my intro though.
Because if he was a child and when Ted and Nicole got him, they would have been like his second parent. Like they would have been his parents. He would have been coming over to the Dupree house. He would have been raised up with a relationship with all of the girls and Martin and everybody else. And it
But
just
now
seems like he's too separate, huh?
she did start out calling him nephew now.
Well, I think he had to be older when his parents passed away. I think he had. I don't think
He's
I'm
Nicole
still
and
gonna
he's
Ted
still off
raised him.
limits though. I don't care if
yeah,
he came in when he was
but
26.
I'm
He
gonna
off
look
limits.
that up. But I think that he was 9 years old when this.
Because if he was 9, this whole thing don't make no sense. This whole storyline just doesn't make sense.
But you
He would have
remember
looked
what
at Anita
Bill
as his
said.
grandmom and everything.
You remember what Bill said though,
Mm.
that he and Danny, when they went on their honeymoon,
I think that
Andre.
was just a snarky comment that he made. I would have said that too. Even if I saw let's say my ex and I was mad about it and I saw that he was young. Like, man, that kid was in diapers when we got married. What are you doing with him? Like, I think that was just a throw off comment. I don't think that was too serious. Like Bill left the house and he was playing with blocks and stuff.
Yeah,
I don't know. I think that was just a throwaway line.
but I'm going to look into that because my understanding was that he was 9 years old. But if he was grown, then that's a different point. But why do they say that Nicole and Ted finished raising him?
See, I
I guess
felt that to be true too because I didn't pull that out of thin air. But the part I got wrong is that I thought they had him from a real small child. But I think that he was a little bit older when they got him. But now here's the thing that I'm trying to figure out. He got a brother that's about to come on the show. So who raised him?
I don't know.
I don't know. It don't make no sense. Like
But I guess they're gonna have to repeat some of this when the brother come on.
But I'm
some stuff
really
you
going
could
to look
chop up for
that up
TV.
because I thought sure he was 9 years old when they got him. And just like Var said,
Because if he was 9, it was extra dirty for Danny to be dating him. Like
yeah,
if
he
he
was
came
9 years
around,
old. He
if
should have
they
been.
had him and they raised him at 9, and how close Danny and Nicole is, I could see I could see him at their house playing with their kids. Nicole, not Nicole, Danny watching them and everything. Like she probably would have changed his diapers a couple times if he'd been,
No, no, no.
coming around that long.
He wasn't in diapers. I understood that
No,
he
I'm
was
saying
nine
it's
years
still
old.
Ted's nephew. Like if
Oh,
he,
that's right.
Ted and
Brother.
Nicole had him for the summer or something.
So
Hmm.
I don't know what in the world, but that just seems strange to me. And as I said, all families are not like that. But in my family, you come in that way, then you're just one of us. You're just my nephew. I'm not gonna say you're my step nephew. So this is what I don't understand how Danny got it in her mind that Andre could be, her benefit person. I don't know what
Well, if
she.
Andre
So
came around at let's
a
say
little bit of
20,
research just came in. So Belinda Hill says, I just Googled it. Andre was a teenager when Nicole and Ted adopted him. Adopted
Oh,
him,
okay,
raised him.
okay,
Okay, and no, that's Jacob's brother that's coming on the show. Miss Jen,
okay,
look at my comment above about Andre. Okay, I just saw it.
okay.
But yeah, so
Okay,
I
so he
don't.
was
I
the
don't care if
king.
he came in there when he was 27. That's a no. Okay, Redhead Cat said Google says Andre was between 28 and 30 when his parents died in a plane crash.
See, I can see that more. And then that would explain, just because you're
Ain't he
my
in his
nephew,
30s now?
uh,
I don't think he's 40. Is he 40?
Oh no, he's not
no,
40.
Andre ain't
That
40.
Google is wrong. But I believe what the other person said it might be possible. He was a 9, but he was a teen. So he could have been 13 or so when it. But still, he's your nephew. You know, a 13-year-old comes into your family. He's just another one of the grandchildren.
Mm.
What
Mm.
don't you think? Because
He
they
is to
adopted
me.
him.
He is to me. He would be to me. I'm sorry.
That just all of that is just strange. But maybe we'll never understand it because you usually just don't see people of our and our ethnicity that like Var was saying, it's almost like Andre is a separate entity from the rest of the grandchildren, and they adopted him. So that means that grandma and grandpa are both his grandparents. Because once you're adopted, DNA has nothing to do with it. Because you look at Martin, those children call her grand, just like her other children call her grand.
Hmm. Thank you. Wait, does Andre call him Graham?
Oh no, I'm talking about the Martins and Smithies.
No, I'm just trying to remember. Did he ever refer to them
I
as
don't
Graham?
know. I believe he said Anita when he came to the door. Did you send for me? I don't know that. I don't think I've ever heard him call them Grant. I don't know what he. But I thought he said Anita the other day. I don't know. That's something that we need to find out because this does seem awfully strange. Since they legally adopted him, he would be the grandchild.
Mm-hmm. Who child? I just don't know. It's just too much. That's just too much. Okay, so didn't that happen this week with that moment with Leslie and Anita?
Leslie in
Did
the
that
I was
happen this
on.
week? She sat down at the table and talked to her about her mother. Was that last
Oh,
week?
that was last week. That was
Okay,
last.
all right. I just want to make sure I wasn't missing nothing.
I
All
didn't
right,
even know I was on
so
mute.
huh?
I said I didn't even know I was on mute.
Oh, you so you over there talking down, huh?
I was talking.
Hmm. Well, like I said, we had some exciting things that happened this week. Let's take a look at these clips for next week before we get out of here because it's 10:56, Chad. Okay, so Naomi may be expecting. Do we care? Are they gonna get a bigger room?
I don't know, but remember, Naomi was the one that allegedly was not planning to have any children,
Mm-hmm.
and she doesn't seem to be too happy
Mm-mm, she don't.
because she wants her career, and she didn't like the idea that women, I guess, get put their career on the back burner and all of that, which doesn't make any sense. Even if something happened to her husband's job, she will always be taken care of. Her name would take care of her. So she's not like a regular person that's afraid of if I stop to have a baby and I take off a year or two, I have to have continuing education. I might not have a job to go back to. That would not be a problem for her. But allegedly, she always saw herself, I guess, as a women liberal, and she did not want to be in that position.
It's not necessarily though all the time about the money. It's just about your position and like she want to climb up the ladder, and a baby would prevent that. She don't want to be a stay at home mom. Apparently, like her mom was. How her mom just left her whole modeling career alone just to be a mom.
Yeah, but the thing about it is that she could still be an attorney. If she took the 6 months to a year off, she's not going to lose anything. And then she can go right back to the courtroom. Her license will still be good. It's not like, but our children become more of a stumbling block when it comes to
Yes,
going on seminars and going away taking extra continuing education classes. that's when a child will become a stumbling block. But she could still practice as a lawyer and be a mom.
You can
Mhm.
practice, but probably not in the way that she wants to practice. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like you can still do whatever, but if you want to do it to your best, like it's hard to move with kids. You know what I mean? Jacob's a cop. It's hard for her. It would be probably hard for her to take cases on where you got to work long, late hours, different things of that nature. Like she probably just don't want to do it. Now, some people could say, "Yo, have a kid and get a nanny," which they probably can afford. But it don't seem like they really dependent on the pre money or anything like that. They trying to make it in the world on their own.
And I
So,
don't
you
think
know,
I think you hit the point. It's not about the fact that she would be deprived. She seems to be the kind of person that never want to have to lean, even though her husband's salary, I'm sure, would well take care of them. She wants to be that person that does not need, can choose to receive from a partner, but I don't really need anything from you. I want to be all. She saw her mother give up her booming career, and then her father walked off in the end and left Danny. And Danny left when Danny left the modeling, she was at the top of her game, and Naomi probably remembers that because Danny
and
went
it,
home to be a mom.
from everything that I hear, it's super hard for a female to be a professional woman with a child. I hear it's super hard to do that. And it's like, why would I want to go through that? Plus, she might not just want kids to begin with.
She might not, but she has a husband. You're talking for single parents is hard, but she has a husband, and also they would have money to have a person to come into their home to take care of their children. They wouldn't have to leave them at daycare.
Bilo
Yeah,
Didi
I
says
guess.
Jacob appears to be more traditional. He's gonna want her to be a stay-at-home mom. I agree with that because he is all black and white, no gray.
Oh man, can you talk about how annoying he was with Derek? Like that was so annoying.
Well, he don't want to carry Derek lie.
That was so annoying.
Derek need to come pick up his lie and carry it himself.
Come on, Eric. Like you carry lines for your friends though, man. You
Not
just
these
do.
kind. Not this kind. Not when you messing around with somebody's life like that.
I would have to carry the line for my friend, man. I would have to do it.
Because I've been messing around, said it by mistake. I'll be like, child, you know you felt it. I mean, I'm sorry, what
I
I
don't know,
said.
Miss Jen. Do you think friends should carry their friends' lives though?
No,
I think a friend should carry a friend's secret, but don't burden me with your lies now.
I mean, he ain't doing it on purpose. Jacob just happened to see. It ain't like he brought it to the table. But now that we know, you should hold that for me. He didn't.
You
He
see,
didn't pull Jacob to the side and tell him.
Derek lie affect how. See, this is what I'm saying. This is what I was saying about a lie before. When you tell one lie, it changes everything. So now this means Derek got to lie to Naomi. This means the girl at work got to falsify stuff in the files. This means that he may get somebody to marry him under false pretense.
but
This means a lot more things than just what he doing.
Sharice was telling him about that, and he reminded her of one of the HIPAA oath. She couldn't say anything, but what I don't understand, what he's not thinking, actually has rights to read anything that's in the computer about patients because she is a nurse, so she could pull his records. And Shanice will have to make
She
him.
could, but she's not looking forward to doing it. Like you gotta know to look for it to do it.
But what I'm saying, Shanice doesn't have to give it away. When you write as a nurse, your documents go into the computer. All nurses have access to that hard drive. She can pull the records and look at them legally.
But again, as Var said, she has to know to look for it.
Yeah, she gotta know to look for it. Like if Ashley is not questioning Derek, then she has no reason to look into his files. Can she legally look into his files? Yeah. But she's not questioning it, so she's not going to go looking for something like that.
But not looking for something like that. I'm not saying she would go because she's suspicious. But if that was my fiance, I want to see his progress notes. I want to know what the physical therapist thinks. What is she saying? Has there been any improvements? Instead of talking to Shanice and asking her questions, I would probably pull his not being suspicious, just pull them to read them.
Well, the same way, you know what I mean? Like, one would say talking to Derek is enough. He's telling you about his progress. He's telling you how he's doing. And if you have no reason to doubt it, you just want to accept it. Like, why are you going to go to extra length and start reading the paperwork and going through all that stuff when you have no reason to doubt him?
No, no, I don't
Only
mean
time you do
I
that
don't
is if
mean
you
you.
have questions. If things look a little suspicious, then I can see you digging in further. But if things ain't looking suspicious right now, ain't got no reason to dig.
Oh, I don't mean because she's suspicious. I'm talking about just out of curiosity. You want to see what the neurologist notes are. You want to see what the physical therapist notes are. And you want to put those things together and look at them and see what each person is thinking, what they think the progress is it as far as it wants to be. Not because she's suspicious, but because you're interested.
I don't even think Shanice probably put it in his files.
Oh, you have to. You have to. That's legal. You have to document. You can't lie like that in files. But Shanice won't tell her verbally, but she has. She's
I lie, but
free.
just omit it.
Yeah, she's free to go into the files. But like you said, not going in because she's suspicious, just going in reading his progress notes. I mean, I've done that all the time. When I had when I went to the hospital, I even got a written record of my progress notes because I wanted to see exactly what the surgeon was saying, what they did here, what they did there, and that is your right as a patient. But that is also her right as a nurse to read anything that's on the hard drive. Not that she would be suspicious, just to see, okay, what is the neurologist saying? What is physical therapist saying? He doesn't need occupational therapy anymore. What is his attitude has been around? I don't see any signs of depression. Do they notice any signs of suppression? Depression,
Mm-mm.
all those things. He just to read, not just she's suspicious. Because I agree with you, she doesn't have any reason to be
I don't think
suspicious.
I would even read my own notes. Like,
Oh,
it's just there. You know what I mean? It's like the doctor's telling me this is what it is.
yeah.
And at the end of the day, like, that's just that. I don't know. Like, I don't think there's no reason to dig in that deep about it. Seriously, I don't. Do you, Miss Jen? I don't know. I don't
For
think I would.
Ashley, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm looking there. I'm looking in there. I'm looking in there.
I
I'm
know I
going
Yeah.
in there. I'm looking.
I
I
would.
work here. You say I work here? Let
Mm-hmm.
me tell you something.
That's right.
All day.
Now, what would be illegal, and a friend of mine told me this, and I'm not convinced that this really happened, but a woman who was going, she went to their church or what, she went into the files, which is, she could be sued for this if they found out. And she found out she was working there that another person that they knew they had in common had an abortion. And she went and told. Now, see, that's wrong. You going getting information when you are a privilege to look on hard drives because you work in a medical facility. You should, under no circumstances, even discuss it with your family members at home. But Ashley is in a position where she has access to everything. She can get the neurologist notes, the nutritionist notes. She can get physical therapy if he was getting OT. All of his records are right there. She can read them, and she wouldn't be
No,
breaking any law.
As a
no,
matter
in
of
that
fact, I need to
case,
find out what kind of aspirin he needs today at 4 o'clock. I'm going in there. I'm looking.
no, in that case, this is what I'm curious about, and I guess it's TV. It's going to happen when it's happening. Like, why didn't Shanice could have just told her, yo, because Shanice don't agree with him hiding it from her, right? So Shanice could have told Ashley, yo, check his notes. I'm not telling you nothing, but just look into his files
Now
and see
she
what you
could
see.
do, yes, she could do
And
that.
she wrote it in the files. That's why I don't even think it's in the file.
Oh, it
'Cause I
has
think
to be.
Shanice would
It
have
has
told
to
her.
be. It has to be. That is legal binding. That if you go to court, all of that would have to be pulled up.
Eh,
Absolutely. It
It's not
has.
about mission. I
That's what I
think
mean. That
Shanice
you
can't
see
say
all
I
the trouble
stabbed
he
him.
causing with this line and can on.
I don't think Shanice gonna write notes. I stabbed him with a needle or something, and he
Oh
reacted
no,
to it.
she wouldn't do that. She would probably say a patient didn't die as having any feelings in such and such a place, but three-quarters of his leg, when he was looking away, I touched him there, and there was painful stimuli because he reacted to it. She wouldn't go and say I broke off a Q-tip and stuck him. She wouldn't put that in, but of course she would put in. Now she would put in too when they are doing exercises where he's getting the sensation, how much of a sensation is he's getting, on what degree the scale is on, all of that would be in there. She have to. That's you can't just go and take care of a patient and not write in the progress notes. But you're right. She could tell Ashley to read his progress notes. She could do that.
I'll be like, girl, I'm busy. I need you going in and see what time Derek's supposed to be taking this pill right here, girl. Go on there, look, girl. Cause yeah.
Because I think what Derek is doing, he's fooling his friend that he wants to make this a surprise for Ashley. But deep in the cell of my being, I really believe he is insecure and he's not sure if it's a promise that he might totally recover that Ashley will still want to marry him.
Well, how would you feel if somebody tricked you and you was marrying them thinking one thing and it turned out to be another?
Are you talking to Var?
Mm-hmm.
Var?
I might have lost him for a second.
Oh, you must have lost him. Because that is not, even though she had no business proposing to him, but I just really believe that is deceptive. And if you start off a marriage with deception, it's not going to be a good ending.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's something. That is something. And now the Leslie and what you call thing happened last week too. So now Leslie trying to move into the hotel. And then here come Peaches. Do y'all believe Peaches sick?
I tell you, I just don't trust that. Because you remember the night Peaches told Leslie about her death sentence. She went to the bar and it seemed like she was halfway flirting with Ted.
That's what I'm saying.
And if you got death on your mind,
maybe he'll come visit while maybe he'll stop by Eva's room while they still in there. Maybe that's why they meeting in her room instead of, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Maybe Ted headed by that and be like, is Eva here? Oh, I met her before. Yeah, Peaches
wanted, and Peaches got a drink and went over telling him about, I guess, how to get out of his depression. And she didn't act like anybody was dying to me.
She didn't to me neither.
I just don't trust Peaches, and I don't trust Leslie. I'm very, very concerned, and I know this can bring up ruffle a lot of feathers. I'm very concerned about what's her name? Poor Eva. Because Eva just is her. She won't learn. You know, this woman sets you up. And she's a narcissist. When you make her mad and you won't do the things she wants you to do, I wouldn't put it past her to evict you. Of course, she said the deed is in her name, but I wouldn't put it past her to take it back. I just would love to see Eva break those ties, never disrespect her mother, but to have a distance relationship where you could send her a card, you could call up and say hi, but you don't need to be in close proximity with her every day. It is not healthy, because if Eva's ever going to get healthy, she needs healthy friends, maybe counseling, and to get away from that. Now she's telling Eva now to go for Tomas, and that's not good. That's not right. Even though I don't like Kat, but Kat started out with Tomas. Eva needs a man of her own. She does not be sharing.
Is Tomas strictly off limits now for Eva for life?
I know her mother was telling her that since Eva, Kat, I guess, Kat went off on Tomas and they're having a hard time. And she's telling Eva that Eva seems to have more chemistry with Tomas, which a lot of fans have already noticed that. But I think that's wrong advice from mom to give to her daughter. You say to your daughter, you do not deserve seconds, and you will never be a fill-in woman.
But we all are somebody's seconds, aren't we?
Well, just wait. A fill-in to be a fill-in woman.
Hold up, Jim Hugh.
But what she's doing, she's encouraging her to be a standby. You don't have to do that.
No.
No, wait, Eva's the most beautiful woman on. She next to Leslie.
Mm.
Eva is absolutely drop dead gorgeous. Leave that alone. You and Tomas could be friends if it wasn't like this, because the two of you like to read books, you like to talk about your past, you both had
Mm.
dysfunctional homes and all. You have a lot in common, but this is not healthy. You found out this girl is your half sister. She may never own you, but you be the better woman and be respectful and leave it alone. Why would Leslie try to tell you to go for Tomas?
It,
That's not right. I don't like
that
that.
makes sense. That makes sense.
To you?
Yeah, absolutely. It makes sense. It makes sense. It
Okay.
makes sense. I say that to say, you can't help who you love, right? A lot of times, like it seems like Eva kind of fell in love with Tomas. And if that is the case, if she has genuine feelings for him, why should she stop herself from true love just because it's Kat's somewhat boyfriend?
Well,
When Cat treats her like trash, they
I
wasn't
know,
raised as sisters.
I
They
know,
don't have a sisterly connection.
I
So
know.
why should he be hands off to Eva?
It's
Why
just
don't Eva deserve to have what makes her happy, right? So
what
if Tamales makes her happy, why not go for it?
it is just the principle of the thing. I agree with all you said. They're not friends. They probably will never be friends. Cat looks down upon Eva and all of that. But Cat always feels like she can give her hand me downs to someone else. She treats Tomas and Eva like they're hand me downs. But I would like to
That's what
see
Cat
Eva.
thinks.
But I don't want Eva to get into some dysfunctional. She's been in dysfunctional relationships with her mother all of her life. I would like to see her get someone who is available. And now she and Tomas
Yeah,
have a lot in common.
quick question. Suppose Tamales breaks up with Cat tomorrow, right? Is it cool for Eva to date Tamales now
Well, if
if they
they
break up?
if they truly break up. But now, while you have to admit, Cass breaking up is one day, and when her family talks to her, she's right on back calling to Moss again. You can't trust that breaking up. If they
Yeah, but
live,
if Tomas shuts it down and he says, I'm ready to make a move with you, Eva, would you be on board for that?
if
Or
they
should she never touch Tomas, period?
if they truly broke up, and Kat and Tomas went their separate ways. But
Mhm.
but what I'm saying, I wouldn't trust Kat saying, how many times has Kat walked out on Tomas and she calls him right back? So you
I
can't
mean, if
trust
he
her.
goes back, then they can't have a relationship. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about if Tomas is just done with Kat and he's never going to deal with her again, should Eva date him at that point?
I
That's all
guess
I was asking.
Excuse me,
I guess
guys.
she could. I guess she could. That's the way they
Yeah.
do also. That's the way they do
So
things.
so Cat's got to be the one. Cat's got to be the one to call it off, though.
Because
No, I
Kat
think Tomas can call it off. Suppose he
No,
now
called
I'm
it off.
saying to Miss Lil. So for it to clear the way for Eva, Cat should have to be the one to call it off.
Cat has to get out of there, because Cat says something today. Then she goes over there and Graham talks to her. She called Tomas up and he come right back running to her. You got to know this is a clean break. They're not going to come back together. You can't just get mad with him tonight and then Chelsea tells you that you approached the wrong way. You call him up and want to take him to dinner.
That's because Tomas never called it quits with Cat. I'm saying if Tomas calls it quit with Cat, then there's nothing she can do. Like at that point, it's done.
They have
And
a
I
question.
think,
They have a question for you, Var. Would you
sure.
tell your daughter to do that?
When you
Belinda
tell my
Hill
daughter to
asked.
do that,
Hmm.
yeah, if I knew the whole story, absolutely. If I knew
Okay.
that this man brought her happiness, if I knew that she had a strong connection with this man, and I'm not saying like quote unquote kind of steal him. I don't know. But yeah, if she had that connection, why not get what you want?
Now
You only live once.
Taya makes a good point. She says Eva isn't in love with Tomas. It's probably being lonely and needing to be wanted and
That's right.
accepted. That doesn't mean that she's in love with. So, but she probably doesn't know that, because
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Tomas
exactly.
probably treats her a way that she's not used to being treated,
Absolutely.
feeling, experience.
Exactly.
That's
That's a
right.
good point, Taya.
Yep.
Abilo Didi says, yeah, Eva needs someone else, not blockhead Thomas. And why does she have to be someone's second choice? Eva was friend zoned by Tomas already, so let it stay that way. And Tomas shouldn't get rewarded with both sisters. Good point.
Can we talk about the second choice thing though? Like I said, and I said it tongue in cheek, but it's real. Everybody's somebody's second choice. Like, it's nothing wrong with being a second choice.
It depends.
Why is that such a situation?
I mean, it depends.
You had somebody before you got with the person that you had.
Yeah,
it
but
didn't work out with them. It didn't work out with them.
I wasn't
so you
standing
moved
in
on
line.
to somebody
I
else.
wasn't standing in line hollering, pick me though. That's the difference.
That's right.
I don't think she hollering pick me. She's just around. And their relationship is actually going naturally. Like Eva is not even trying to put the moves on Tomas like that. For real. She's not bringing out no type of sex appeal with him. She's not really trying to dress all skimpy or be flirtatious super hard. She's just being herself, and they're naturally connecting. So at that point, man, it seems like it's meant to be.
I guess. I don't know.
It's just my thoughts, but y'all making it seem like, oh man, she should have a first choice, somebody's second choice. We all are second choices.
But what you're not listening to what Miss Jen said. Yes, I might have been my ex-husband's second choice, but I didn't. You don't know these people. It's not like you're dating her today and tomorrow you come over and you're dating me. Now look what Kat has done. Since this show started and she started dating Tomas, she's been hot and cold. Now the other night, remember, she got angry when he walked out of the hotel room. But then Graham told her, and she went and called him again. So I would never trust any kind of breaking up that Kat is doing, because as soon as somebody in her family tells her, well, you were a little too hard on him, she'll call him up again. He goes.
But see, the part that you're missing is Kat is not the only person in that relationship. So the scenario that we're talking about, if Eva was to be in a relationship with Tomas, that means that Tomas had done with Kat. He's not going to be in a relationship with both of them. So what we're saying is, so the fact that cats keep calling him back, that's cool and all. But if Eva and Tomas was to get in a relationship, then that means that no matter if Tomas broke up with Kat or Kat broke up with Tomas, it means that they're done. And now he's in a new relationship with Eva. Like, that's the facts that's on the ground. So it don't matter how much Kat wants Tomas. If he's in a relationship with Eva, then he's in a relationship with Eva.
No, I guess that would be acceptable. What you're talking about has got to be a true breakup, and
not they're gonna be broken up.
Not I get angry, and then 2 days later I call you back.
Yeah, because how can he be in a relationship with Eva if he's still in a relationship with Kat? Like,
well,
like
they do it all the time.
Well, that's cheating. Then at that point they're not really in a relationship. He's cheating, and Eva's now his side chick. So now we're having a whole nother conversation. Like Eva's been his side chick now for a little bit.
I feel like Leslie trying to set that girl up to have the same situation she did. So okay, all right. You know what? Y'all ain't gonna be doing this to this lady every week. Okay, but here they go. They said, ask Mrs. Va.
Oh God.
We gotta get a segment called Ask Mrs. Va. Which you said she not there?
She right here too.
Okay, they said ask Mrs. Va what she thinks about being second choice.
Hold on.
That's right. You said everybody's somebody's second choice.
Yeah, I mean not second. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, okay.
Y'all ain't gonna be messing with this lady.
Somebody else's leftovers. Put it that way. I'll say it that way. Somebody else's leftovers.
Is that what it is?
Yes.
I don't think of myself
what is it then?
As leftovers.
Hey, babe. Hold on, y'all. I'm just still on. I think you should still there. Hey, y'all can go ahead. I gotta find her. I gotta find her.
Okay, you say you gotta find. Let me see what else they got down here. Hold on. We're talking about sisters. Okay, so as sisters being second choice, what would she think about being a second choice as sisters?
Oh gosh, I would want no part of that. And any man with my sister, I don't.
I'm just Miss Bilo talking about she gonna say she doesn't care because she's with her now. Well, you don't know what she gonna say. But that's a good point. We have to remember to say, what does she think about being second choice as sisters? Because that's what we're talking about, right?
Yeah, even though Kat does not own her as a sister and says she never will, but they are DNA sisters.
Uh-huh. Miss Var about to tell you, y'all gonna have to send around a collection because
There
of
she
him
go.
bothering her every Friday.
They said a new segment.
Ask Mrs. Var.
Here she go. Oh,
They down here in the comments. Ask Mrs.
what's the
Var
name?
what
It's on my
she think
ear.
about it. So the question is, how would you feel about being second choice if you had, like, okay, we talking about Kat and Eva. So with the Kat and Eva situation, would you be cool with being second choice if after Tomas done figured out it wasn't Kat that he wanted, it was you all along? Would you be cool with being second choice?
Absolutely not.
She said absolutely in the no.
Absolutely not. Because honestly, if I knew what was going on in a relationship, I mean, you would think I would have the upper hand to try to manipulate them to get them to sway my way.
Mm-hmm.
However, I don't want to be compared. I don't want to mentally remember what you did with this person. If you
My
didn't do the
sister.
right things with this person, then I
My
gotta
sister.
keep on my toes about thinking about what you might have been doing or didn't
With my
do.
sister.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, every family reunion, every get together, every
Yeah,
funeral,
no,
every
yeah, no.
wedding, every time we meeting over at the Dupree compound. If y'all go out to the car, I ain't got time.
We can be cordial still, but I mean, the feelings will have to eventually die out. But
Mm-hmm.
I can't be your number two, like my backup. That's really not even fair to me, honestly.
You just gonna have to like me for the rest of your life every time I pass you by.
Yep, that's the one that
Mm-hmm.
got away.
I am and was and did.
And will.
You should have picked me in the first place, boo.
Yeah, or before it got serious on the other end, let
I
it have
mean,
been a
after he's
discussion.
baked cakes with her sister, how you gonna bake a
Yeah,
cake
no,
with me? We don't
yeah,
use mm-mm, mm-mm,
no, no, no.
mm-mm.
I don't like sharing in certain situations
We
in
don't
life.
share ovens around here, brother.
I
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
think that's something that foundational black people used to have much more regards for, but I guess we're changing now. The
Mhm.
other persuasions, they have done this over and over. They marry, the man would marry his brother and his brother's
Well, now
wife.
we don't want to offend nobody of other persuasions that are on because we don't know who else is on here. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
And
okay.
that's not necessarily true. I mean, let me tell you now. I've known people myself.
I've I about to say I've known
I
some
done
people to
known a couple
dip
people done
swords.
that.
I'm good without.
Married, dated. I know a couple people that have done that.
Yeah, I'm good without.
Hmm.
Too much mental history to share.
Yeah, I mean, if you got my sister, then next time, what, my cousin, my auntie. Is anybody safe in
Absolutely.
here, sir?
No, sir. It's
Uh-huh.
fair
Melinda Hill
game.
said, thank you so much, Mrs. Var.
You're
I
more than
told her don't be
welcome.
bothering you every Friday talking about go get Mrs. Var.
I let him have his time because I understand. All right, you
Girl.
guys have a good one.
Okay, you too. All right, you guys. Let me
Salute.
see what else was in these pictures. Did we miss anything else that's coming up for next week? Oh yeah. Okay, hold on. Doug's them son shows up. You could tell he gonna be a know-it-all troublemaker. I could tell he now. You talk about an entitled kid. I think this one here about to be one. I
Because
think so.
he's threatening Joey,
He crazy.
but he must not have heard who Joey is.
Mm-hmm.
So if he's threatening Joey, even Marcel did you notice that Marcel is good with getting rid of people, but when Joey told him to cancel his plans about that retirement thing, he didn't argue with him, did he?
Mm-mm. And didn't.
Mm-mm.
And did not. And then of course we have the infamous moment boom chicka wow wow coming up. I can't wait to see what happened with this. Let me tell you something. Bill had her around the waist and pulled her like it's like they was talking, and then he couldn't take it no more. He pulled it in. Ooh, child. It's about to be something. It's about to be something. It is. Haley about to fall. Where they at? They at his office too. Is
Lord.
Haley gonna walk in there? Ooh, I hope Haley walk up in there.
Oh yes.
What I miss? Oh,
Huh? Are we
I'm not
talking
saying
about
what I
we
missed.
talking about what's coming up next week? Because I'm realizing that this kiss took place at the office. Oh, Haley gonna walk in here. They ain't kissing at the office for no reason. They could have did this at their house.
Mhm.
Look how she got a hand all over.
Yes.
And then, but the thing, let me tell you what took me out. That move she making, grabbing him by the face like that.
And you
Child.
know, they were an outstandingly beautiful couple. I mean, they were beautiful. They really, really were beautiful. It doesn't mean that Haley is not pretty, because she definitely is. She's
Mhm.
got it all. She's well built. She's got nice complexion. She's got nice cheekbones. She's got it too. But Danny and Bill were just outstandingly beautiful together as a couple. I don't mean behaviorally. I mean physically.
How do we
Linda
feel
says she.
about them linking back up together?
I don't want them to, but then again, if it means sticking it to Haley, because that's Danny's husband. That's Danny's husband. I mean,
Is Danny
hello.
wrong for coming on to a married man?
That's Danny's husband.
I'm talking about morally.
Morally, yes, she is. I'm just
Yes.
saying, but I'm saying that's her husband. This girl took her husband. This is why you should. I keep saying, keep your hands out of people's marriages.
And that's why you said that Sharice nor Leslie could be alone with your husband doing any kind of therapy.
Well, listen, I ain't saying that I'm just like them jealous type like that, but what I'm saying is, it's not good. It's not good for nobody to be, around your man 3-4 times a week alone, putting their hands on him, making him feel better. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that, and I don't believe in Santa Claus no more. I don't believe in that.
No.
Could your
I
man
mean,
go
I
get a
need.
massage?
Yeah, you can go get one, but you ain't going to Asmarella every week. And then it depends. It's not if my husband done got older, flabbier, you know what I'm saying? Go around there and get you. But if he looking like Bill, no, brother, you got to switch up your massage spots. No, sir. We're going together to get some couple massages.
Mhm.
Because
I've
don't
done
be
that.
thinking that the massage lady don't be having an agenda too. Oh, you're so tense today, Mr. Richard. No, what is he? Bill Hamilton, Mr. Hamilton.
Yes.
And you already know Bill like to take people out. He be done put some insurance on me, I'd be messed up. I have this card game called So. It's kind of like the show was. So I'm gonna end out one of these cards. I'm gonna pull one out and see what your answer to the question is. Oh, this is interesting. What is one underrated quality you find attractive in a person?
Uh, yeah. Now
Underrated quality you find attractive in a person.
she used to be being a good mother for me.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Like, not actually for a man,
Mhm.
but heterally speaking, like, both men and women, like to see them, to see people with their kids and being good parents was always like an underrated quality for me, and it gave me more appreciation for a man, and for a woman, it drew me in actually with them. It formed a bigger connection. I love that.
Mhm. Okay. Miss Leo,
You know,
what's one underrated quality you find attractive in a person?
I think it would have to be the ability to to get to know the person, where you know when to speak, when not to speak. You can communicate with them without having to use words.
Mm-hmm. And I was gonna say having quiet power. You know, you ain't gotta yell, you ain't gotta scream,
No.
you ain't gotta whatever. Just having that. I like a little country in a man too. You know what I'm saying? I I like a little country in a man. I do. I don't like no man too buttoned up. I don't like that. You know, that might be why I'm like, oh, Bill.
Oh my God! But Bill is dangerous, though. He is not country. He's
Yeah.
criminal, and that's because you remember Doug, and you can't do nothing with Doug. Doug went and told uh, the man Ralph that I guess that's Ralph. He said he told him, "What were you doing to go until Bill is on this man's payroll?" Oh, I've known Bill since we were in college. Bill doesn't care nothing about that, and Bill went right on and told.
Ain't they frat brothers?
They might be, but he told Joey.
Okay, so that's why I'm thinking that he may not be gone. Bilo Didi said wittiness and learnedness. Miss
I was talking.
Linda says, Miss Lil, we like a bad boy sometimes.
Oh God!
You know, this guy said one time a roughneck gentleman. You understand? So just somebody that you know not to, everybody else know not to mess with. And but at the same time, he's not a ruffian, you know. But you don't want to start now.
I don't know if anybody spoke about this. I think Doug could be in like a witness protection program.
That's what I think.
I think
I think he was
Doug
gonna take Vanessa
and
she did what she did.
I hope so.
and the boy that got shot, the white guy that was
Bubba.
yeah, that was coming at Martin
Yeah.
and them. I think them two.
I think the same thing too.
I think they probably in some kind of witness protection program or something.
Yeah, I think so.
And
Too.
and Doug will be back later on.
I think so. Raven Maniac says a woman who is empathetically compassionate. That's a good one. Anybody that's sympathetically compassionate. A man helping with household duties and with kids. Yeah, these are your kids too. You don't babysit your children. These your children. You just keeping the kids.
That's right.
You watching the children. You know, you ain't babysitting.
That's right.
These your babies too. You know.
I'm sitting with my baby.
Yeah. but give me old regular country guy. Oh yeah. The smart to fix some stuff. That's another thing. I don't like no man can't fix nothing. I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like no man can't fix nothing.
But Miss Jen, you like the pretty boys.
No, I don't.
You like
not in real life. No, I don't.
You like Bill?
Not on TV.
You said not in
Bill,
real life.
Bill is not the kind of guy I would look at. Like that wouldn't be the guy. I mean, like I would look at him and just be like, "Ooh, he fine." But in my mind, I would have been, no. I like something that's interesting looking. You know, sometimes it may not be fine to somebody else, but I find him interesting looking. You know what I'm saying? Something about him is, you know. So it's more a man's manner with me. You know, more his manner. You know, but no, in real life, Bill ain't really my cup of tea in real life. No. I'm trying to think. Is there anybody on this show that really would have been my cup of tea? No, not really. I don't think so. They're gonna have to let me see who Dante Green is. That might be. That might be. I don't know. All these men are a little too buttoned up for me. Okay, Didi says, well, my husband was a police officer. That uniform, now sometimes them police officer uniform. I got a cousin that's I take that back. I have a couple of cousins who are in law enforcement. And I'd be thinking to myself, I don't know how they poor wives dealing with all this. Because I don't know. My cousin likes a big old country boy. Girl, don't be telling my business these papers. Anyway, y'all, we done had ourselves another good time, and hopefully we helped to lay Doug away, even though I don't think he's gone nowhere. Elon is attractive. Jacob's father, yeah, you know I call him Jacob O'Fine Daddy. Yeah. He is. He is. But I think the show has equally spread out something to look at for everybody.
You had told us that you were going to bring the lady on who had taken the pictures down, but you changed your mind?
No. What she said is that she's willing. See, that's done been moved to the membership.
Oh, okay, I see. Okay.
So the next time y'all get an update on that, it will be for the membership only. Okay. But yeah, she sent me some text messages, and she said that she would be willing to come up and talk in the membership.
Oh, in the membership. Okay.
Yeah, the membership. She said, I come back there and talk. I don't care. I was like, yeah, but she's saying that, but we go wait, let me ask her. Hold on. Let me check on this for y'all. Hold on one second. She was calling me during the broadcast. I'm like, girl, I'm busy calling me with all this stuff. But she was talking about
I had
something
sent
else.
you an email about the membership. I don't know if he received it or not.
Uh-uh. Hold on, let me
Yeah,
look
I
at
had
it now.
sent you.
Let me see if I see it now. Hold on.
It's not to read out loud though.
No, I won't read it out loud. I just wanted to see if I see your email.
I think it was like
Oh,
2, 3 days
okay.
ago.
Wait, hold on. Hold on. Uh-huh. Okay. I'll get back with you on that.
Okay. It was just
Uh-huh.
a thought.
Okay. Yeah, I'll get back with you on that for sure. Thank you for that.
No
Okay.
problem.
Hold on one second, you guys. Oh, and Var, my friend said that she was like, now you know who I really like that, who that guy. She said she really liked what you was talking about.
I try to help.
She said she tried to help. Hold on, let me see if she gonna answer this phone. She should. She been texting me the whole time doing this thing, talking about other stuff.
She probably even know why you
I
calling.
know you lying. Hold on. She on the phone with that man. It's only 11:39. I know she on the phone with that man. I'm through talking to her. I ain't talking to her never again. Okay, she'll call me back in a minute. Anyway, yeah, she said she'll do that, but we're gonna do that behind the wall in the membership. That's one of the things that will be in the membership. The dear so what you think.
Okay.
Uh-huh. Yeah. And everything. Well, thank you guys again for coming up and for hanging out. It looks like we have an exciting week next week. I just hope that Haley walks up in here while this is going on. I
Uh,
need that. I need that real bad.
how do you think it'll be?
I think Haley gonna walk
What
in
could
there.
the
I think
outcome
she gonna
be?
stare, and I think she gonna walk off.
Like, do you think they would have to be done after that? Do you think, she could
No.
ever forgive Bill for that? I
Uh,
don't-
I think that Haley will storm out. I think Bill will go home and spin himself a nice little story. I
She
think they're
kissing
gonna
me.
argue, and I think that I think somebody gonna move out.
Mm.
Maybe Bill going to the hotel, and maybe that's where him and Leslie will start running to each other. Who knows?
Oh my God. No, I wouldn't feel much sorry for Bill with Haley. I mean, with Jet Leslie. She could hold her own. I hate to see a bad boy get his hands on a sweet lady, but yeah, she could hold her own. Leslie can hold her own.
Mm-hmm.
Did y'all
Mm-hmm.
think Vanessa was at fault for Doug's so-called
Yeah.
demise?
Yes.
Yes,
I sure
Okay.
do.
because you hooked up with the CEO of a crime again. You knew who he was. Then you pretend that you and he were just selling, you were just buying houses. But we knew from the start the way you were. You could just tell the emotions on her face, how she would get turned on when he came around. And I could never figure out this man is not good looking. He's got bags under his eyes. He needs plastic surgery. What is it about this man that she even stopped going to the club where she was getting all those men from the escort service because Joy said that she hadn't subscribed in a long time. So what was it about this man? Miss Jen said it was probably that he was edgy and a bad boy. But what was about this man that she just had fits over? She
That was the answer.
Mm.
what?
That was the answer. Edgy and a bad boy. Like, some people don't need no more than that.
Oh
Mm.
my!
Like, it's different for y'all females. Like, yeah.
Mm.
Oh, one more thing. One more thing.
What?
How long? Like, okay, so now that Doug is supposedly gone, what's up with the guy Sammy and their relationship with his relationship? it seems like they kind of just letting that go to the wayside. I'm a little confused. I know they probably gonna bring it back around. They got to, but this is really taking a long time for us to get anything from that whole, bringing home Haley and everything else. It seems like they letting it go.
Who are you talking
No,
about?
they'll be back to that. Cause we ain't forgot who she, who was she calling on the phone. All that still
That
stands.
part, yeah. I'm waiting for them to touch back
All
on
that
that. That's
still
just been
stands.
sitting.
That I need you. She said she needed somebody.
And I remember Miss Jen was saying she wanted to know, did Ted go in when he drove Leslie home? They never addressed that.
That's all right about that part, because maybe he did just drop off and keep going. But one thing I know for sure, Haley been building up to some stuff that I ain't forgot. We ain't
Yes.
forgot.
Yeah, and it was
We
like
ain't
they left
forgot.
it alone. They
And
they focused on
they were
everything
sitting up
else.
in the house just talking and chatting when Bill came up in
Yes.
there.
Yeah.
I'm waiting on that, but that was it. I was just curious about that because
Yeah,
it's been at
I
least a
saw.
month or so.
He's got a Facebook page. I mean, he's got a YouTube page, and he does live sometimes and talks about the show.
Who does?
Randy.
Oh, he does?
Yeah. Let me see if I can see what the name of his page is.
Because his connection with Doug now is cut off. You
It's
know what I mean?
Maurice.
That's
Is his
why I
name
have him
Maurice
there.
Kerr? Is that his real name? Is that his real name, Maurice Kerr?
I have no clue.
Hold on, let me see if I can find it. Oh, I'm in the wrong. Okay, let me come out of this and go in another switch accounts. That's why I can't find it. Okay. It's under his hold on, let me just Google it this way. I think it's Kerr, but I want to make sure. What is the actor name that plays Randy on Beyond the Gates? Yeah, Maurice P. Carey. I'm sorry, not Kerr. Carey, Kerry. He has a YouTube page, Instagram too, but he goes live and he talks about the show. Some at least he's got. I think there's 2 videos I saw that he went. He will talk about some things, but ain't too much they can tell you. But you know, still, because that's the person we want to know something about with that relationship. That would be good to subscribe to his page. And
Yep.
then tell him to come over here so we can go interview him. Ask him, will he do that for us? Oh Lord. All right, y'all. I'm gonna get ready to get my butt out of here. When I hang up from y'all, I gotta go work on some stuff for this brunch because I was supposed to turn in some stuff tonight that I have not done. And Linda, don't be being impatient with me tonight, yelling at me about spelling and punctuations and whatnot. I'm not having it tonight. All right, y'all. Miss Bill, thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome, and thank you. It was my pleasure.
All right, good night. Daddy, I know you sleep, but thank you so much for joining us too. You sleep. I had him on mute. He gone. Okay. And Var, thank you very much for joining us as well. And I'll check out that email and get back with you.
No problem. All right. Have a good one.
All right. Bye-bye. All right, you guys. That's it for us tonight. Before we get out of here, for putting in these long Friday nights, we want to thank our mods for all that they do.
Thank you, Mod Squad. KB Mommy, Destiny H, Below Didi, and Cousin Linda. Thank you.
Also, thank you to Belinda Hill and to Elaine T and to Mr. Raven Maniac 1. And also thank you, Elaine T, for the super sticker that you gave me in the after the show was over in the replay. Thank you very much for that as well. Also, you guys, don't forget to hype this video. When this video ends, then you're able to hype videos. You're only able to give 3 a week. So why not give them over here? Because it helps to really, really drive things for us in the algorithms. It's something that's only available to small channels, for which definitely we are one. And but it can help to grow the channel and everything. All right, you guys, I will talk to you guys on Monday. And I do hope that everybody's had a great day. And if not, there's still some time left. Why not see what you can do to turn it into one anyway? And I'll talk to y'all. All right. Bye. And bye, Doug. Bye.
Okay, that's it for today. They're closing the gate, so I've got to close this door until tomorrow. See you then. Bye-bye.